Hello everyone and welcome back to our Star Trek Adventures campaign. We're here at Narendra Station yet again in the Shackleton Expanse with a new face that's joining us. We'll get to you, Doc, don't worry. And we're going to be here for a crazy old time. If you've been keeping up with the star date, you may have an inkling about what's about to go down. Not going to use that segue. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Just watching Susie get it.
Oh, I think I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know where it is.
Hi, Tom. It's cold. We do the weather. We're British. We do the weather bit. It's cold, isn't it?
Yeah, it is cold actually. Yeah. Which I like because it's nice, it's crisp, and it's dry. Lovely sun. You're out there. You're doing work. A bit of a chill, but you're all wrapped up warm, so you're all snug, and you're doing a bit of work, so you get a little sweat on, so you go whew, and you undo the coat or whatever. But guess what's coming this weekend?
Snow.
No.
Rain.
Fucking rain.
Brilliant.
Fucking rain. The temperature's going back up to 10 degrees.
Can't wait.
Fucking January.
Can't wait.
I fucking hate it. I hate it so much. I do. Look. You know what? I'm doing this. I'm going to the Met Office right now.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Tom, you need a podcast
Look,
where you complain about weather.
Sunday, it's 11 degrees. That's positively tropical.
I'd listen.
Right. That is shorts weather.
I could listen to Tom talk about weather all day.
Let's not. We have a game to run.
Entire episode.
Just Harvey complaining about the weather. Space weather.
Space weather.
I don't know. That's a real thing, apparently, I think. Maybe I made that up. I don't know. Hi, Doc. How are you?
Right?
Hi. Yeah, we also have weather. I had to do the Fahrenheit to Celsius math for a friend. It was, I think it's -19 where I am.
What? That's too negative for me.
Don't worry. The wind chill makes it seem 10 degrees colder.
Great. Love that.
It's just Minnesota. Hi, everyone. I'm Doc. I'm excited to be here. I'm
Good.
excited for this, for Pasha, and all that.
I'm excited for
I
your
have
character.
no idea what's happening in the timeline historically, so just
Here for the ride. Brilliant. Love that. Awesome. Susie, you know what's going to happen, don't you?
Yeah, I do. It's going to be great. It's nice for seeing no problems at all.
Maybe once more with feeling there.
I can't.
I can see no. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great fun.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be fun. It's going to be juicy.
Yeah.
It is also cold here. -29 with wind chill right now.
Susie wins.
It's too much. It's too negative. It's too low. Sorry.
I've got heating though and flannel, so I'm good.
That's good.
You can't have that kind of negativity.
We can't. Are you warm currently? At least? You're okay. Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
I've been
Frozen
keeping
into
warm.
my apartment, but good.
Do you have food and drink?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, I'm good. I wanted to just check.
No, we're not in any danger or trouble or anything.
Okay. Well, I live near London in the UK, which means that basically we don't get any bad things happen weather-wise to us. Pretty much. So I'm good. I'm chilly, but good.
Snow or anything like that?
We got a tiny little fleck of snow. Little dusting that didn't stick. Didn't settle. So that's London. Or nearby, at least. Yeah. But we're on somewhat of the home straight now, gang, in this campaign. So we're getting there. We just have this little hump to get over, and then we're careering ahead to figuring out the culmination of the Tilakau saga. More will be revealed for you, Doc, soon. Very soon. First of all, we need a blog. Of course we need a log. We always need a log. Susie. Of course it's your log this week. Who else's log would it be? This, friends, is the chimes at midnight. Whenever you'd like, Susie.
First Officer's Log, Stardate 49012.8. Chancellor Gowron's Cardassian invasion force is limping home from the Alpha Quadrant, with news via subspace talking of a conspiracy by Starfleet to disrupt the campaign. There's word that Gowron's fleet attacked Deep Space Nine, and it's put the entirety of Narendra Station on edge. I've had upwards of 40 reports from the Galleria, ranging from the petty to serious acts of vandalism and assault. It's not escaped the Admiral's notice either that Gowron has recalled all Klingon ambassadors from the Federation and expelled all Federation citizens from the Klingon Empire, all in retaliation for the Federation condemning his invasion of Cardassia. While the station doesn't fall under the Empire's territory, technically, and she's of Federation construction, it has created tension for the fleet liaisons and fleet operations. I haven't had any word from home yet, but the station is barely letting me think about how my family could be split up or forced to relocate en masse.
Morale, yeah. I was writing this and I was adding those canonical bits in, and I thought, oh, hang on a second, that has real home implications. But Burrell, you find yourself in the Galleria on the way to meet up for at least your second contact for the arrival of one of the Akaru. And this person has been dispatched just for kind of, initial kind of preliminary, like, diplomatic investigation. And so, as you were one of the people to be involved more in that kind of first contact, and now as first officer, as the commander of the station, you've been assigned to meet them and to be their liaison whilst on board. There's a really uneasy atmosphere here, and Pasha 2, you can pick up on that like immediately. While there is, and for you as well, this Galleria, it's a bit like the promenade on Deep Space Nine. It's that larger kind of circle that goes around and has lots of shops and different people, different places to go, bars to drink at, hollow suites, things called hollow suites. And it is an absolute menagerie of different species. So you've heard about this federation of planets, of all of these different people working together in the kind of wider galaxy. It's one thing to hear it, it's another thing to see it. And you see all kinds of different aliens. And then finally ahead of you, and it's the Galleria, actually, this is on like, it's not just the kind of one level or even two. It's a bit like 3 levels of the station have been kind of stacked on top of each other, and there are kind of shops on shops and different little gangways to go around, and it's a huge expansive thing.
I live near the Mall of America. I know what you're talking about.
There you go. And through this mall, you finally see another alien, familiar to you from the files that you've had and the reports that you've read from First Contact. And I guess, Susie, you're wearing a red uniform now? Are we doing a Worf situation?
Yeah, I guess. She could be in Command Red if she's first officer now.
Cool, okay. So you see those red shoulders, black kind of overall style uniform that Starfleet now wear, walking up to you.
I think that Pasha has just like a minimal entourage, like maybe 2 or 3 people that came to see him off.
Yeah.
See them off, and so that like as they see her, you would see this gentleman. He is Akaru, which means that a lot in common with kind of Romulan or Vulcan species. As opposed to the Akaru that you met on the northern, were you on the northern continent last time?
Yes.
Yes. As opposed to those, his skin is a little bit more brown. Their hair is very closely shaved on the sides and has kind of like a poof on the top, coming back, kind of a wolf mullet type of top thing happening, but otherwise is just dressed in sort of like civilian Akaru clothing, but nicely made. And they all turn and they all talk for a minute, and says then so you see him like sort of gesturing towards you, and turns around and greets you and enthusiastically just makes a beeline for you.
Burrell, she walks up to you. She sees that you're engaged in conversation, so she's standing patiently and waiting. So she's kind of stood at parade rest with her hands behind her back, and you make the beeline for her, and for a brief, like tiny millisecond of a moment, you see her eyes sort of like, because you're like coming straight at her.
Right. Yeah, their little huddle doesn't last very long. It's just like a few seconds. Turns around, comes over, and he says, Commander Burrell, it is a pleasure to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm Mediator Pasha of the Akaru people. I gotta say, it's an honor being here. I've heard all about you. Recently promoted, is that correct?
She offers a hand, shakes your hand. Welcome to Narendra Station. And
we're doing this. We're shaking hands. Oh, okay.
So,
all
an
right.
Earth custom.
Oh, terrific.
But yes, you're correct. Recently promoted first officer. So allow me to welcome you to the station.
Well, on behalf of the Akaru people and the Iriaks and Daon, we are so pleased that you would let us on board. I've heard a lot of great things about the station. Now, you are half Klingon and half human. Is that correct?
There's kind of a moment where she pauses. Yes.
Well, terrific. And what is, and like they look at, like he takes out the equivalent of like a pad, and looks at it and he says, you grew up on what is a Targ?
And so she's kind of gestures for you to walk through the Galleria as a talking.
Oh yeah, he's already walking.
And she's explaining, a Targ is an animal found on Kronos. That's
your home planet, right?
Yes, my home planet of Kronos, which is of the Klingon Empire. My family have grown them for generations, and raised them, reared them. We butcher them, we sell them.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Great. And so is it similar for you, being here and sort of managing this station? Do you ever think, maybe humorously, that it is similar to farming Targs?
Frequently, yes.
That's funny. He turns to like the rest. That's funny, guys. And they all like, yeah. Write it down.
And she turns a little bit and chuckles to herself a little bit.
Yeah, terrific. And now you are recently promoted. Is it always this tense?
And her face grows very serious. No, that is a recent development.
I see. All right. Well, I am excited to be here. We should probably get moving. So let's, I don't know, can you give me a tour? Can you show me around? I'd like to meet some more of the crew if possible. I don't have to necessarily spend my time on the med bay, but I am medically trained. I am have some experience in science and psychiatric medicine as well. Happy to help out if I can while I'm here. But for the time being, we're doing information gathering. And so I'm going to say goodbye to these. And he turns around to like his entourage. He says, all right. And says something, to them quietly. And just like, all right, bye. And they're like, bye. And they leave.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
If only my station could run so smoothly. She thinks to
Burrell
herself.
Burrell has like at least one person, one other like Starfleet looking crew member at her side at any given moment, either handing her a pad or taking away a pad from her. Just for context.
Oh yeah, she's always like
multitasking, signing things, triplicate.
Yeah, constantly. She hands off a pad, as is tradition. I'll show you to your quarters first.
That'd be terrific.
Get settled a little bit, and then I'll give you the tour.
Great. And I don't know what's happening. I got to be honest. Just the vibes that I'm picking up are that something big is going on. I don't want to get in the way. Just let me know how I can be of service and how I can help.
For the time being, don't concern yourself too much with it.
I'll try not to.
To do with wider politics. It's not something we can deal with really here.
I see. I wouldn't be able to have much of an effect anyway. That's fine.
This way.
All right, and you
Well,
begin
let's
to make
walk,
your
walk, walk,
way
walk.
to. I don't even know what level that would be on. Maybe it's a lower level. I think there is.
They walk very fast, like they're in an Aaron Sorkin show.
Woof.
Where is the station? Here we go. The deck plan. And this gives you an idea of it. So personal quarters on level 6. So you begin to make your way down via the turbo lifts to deck 6. Meanwhile, Harvey in the hangar bay. The Zambezi's always been next to one of the Kutok heavy fighters. One of the two that the Klingon have here at the station. These are a bit bigger than your runabouts, armed to the teeth for a small craft. These are their attack fighters. They can also be their kind of quick short-range scouts as well. The runabout tends to have a further, a larger range, operational range. But these fighters are absolutely formidable. You can't help but notice as well that maybe with some of the rumours that you've heard, some of the things that that Starfleet has had made clear to them, I would imagine that Starfleet personnel have had a short briefing that says what the diplomatic situation is.
Right.
That Federation citizens have been expelled from the Empire. The Klingons have essentially cut off all diplomatic ties. And you can imagine that the only place in the galaxy right now that is really still operating with this kind of Federation-Klingon presence is Narendra Station.
Okay.
But you can't help but notice that the two fighter crews, like your repair crew that keeps these things operational and keeps a couple of them on a hot dust-off basis all the time, they've been working, they've been busy. And they've been working very recently to be in a state of operational readiness. So they're essentially ready to deploy whenever they need to be. And you can see this group of the... and I can imagine that between the two crews next to each other, your crew has gotten to know some of the Klingons there a little bit. There's been chatter and stuff like that. And there's none of that now. And the Klingons are kind of going quickly about their business and also looking over occasionally to you guys.
Have we been ordered not to talk to the Klingons?
No, not at all.
Okay. And there's no there's no flight plan that they're not due to leave anything at the time. There's no schedule.
There's nothing in the records, nothing in the flight logs. Schedule.
Okay. In that case, Harvey will kind of continue with his regular routine with the crew, but he will attempt to try and he's just going to continue as if nothing happened. He's going to smile at them, wave at them, say, hey, do you need a hydro spanner or anything like that? Just as if it was just a regular day. Because to Harvey, these are just his people that he's talked to each and every day. It's irrelevant to him that they're part of the Empire that's a bit like that. He's just seen the people. So he's not going to change anything.
There's one sympathetic face, I think, that you catch her eye, and she looks over to you. And I wouldn't say that she is the leader, like you're the flight boss of your runabout. She's not the flight boss, but she's one of the engineers that gets things done. I think that's That's
She just wants
who
to do a
you know
job,
her as.
get it sorted.
And she takes pride and honor in her work.
Yeah.
Like, and,
Yeah.
you don't need to be on the front line, literally stabbing a guy to contribute to the Empire and have honor. So
I think
she takes her business
Harvey's
very
discovered
serious.
that through these people. But obviously, the most thing about Klingons is you got to die in battle and it's frontline stuff.
Yeah.
But through talking with these people, he's discovered that, well, there is honor in making sure that these things work, that you deliver the warriors back home and you are able to do that. There is honor in these things. So he's probably got a kind of bit of fascination with it because he may not have even thought of it that way before. He's just seen a machine. So he kind of like has a new appreciation of what he does, a Klingon point of view on engineering now.
She finally starts to make her way over to you, actually, and kind of stopping for a second between the two launch pads and then heading over to yours. Maybe she, heads into yours by like a couple of meters.
Yeah.
And she looks at you, kind of waiting.
Get up and walk over and say, hey, how are you doing?
Lieutenant, I have always found you to be very honorable.
Thank you.
You have always been welcoming. It is not often something that you find amongst the Klingon crews.
Probably why I'm not on the Klingon crew. I just like people, talking to people, regardless of where they're from. How are you and your crew doing?
We are busy.
I've noticed that, very busy. Planning anything or, planning to leave anytime soon?
She holds out your hand as if to go to shake it. She holds out her hand, sorry, not your hand.
He'll take it. Okay. He'll shake her hand. I mean, is this a goodbye or?
As you humans would say, I wish you all the luck in the coming days.
Right.
May you die with honor.
Thank you. Yes. May you live with honor. I always prefer living.
And she, almost to kind of make herself do it, she pulls back from the handshake. She turns and she walks back towards her crew.
I mean, and he'll look. There's always a place for you here. If you and your crew, you know that, right?
And she just pauses for a second. And she just looks kind of over her shoulder at you. And she says, I hope our orders can make it so again one day. And then
Me
she
too.
finally heads back over to her ship. For Pasha and Burrell, after your quarters, the final port of call on your tour is operations ops to meet the Admiral Hebert, level 1 of the station, right up at the top. And as you enter ops, it reminds you, Pasha, of all of the good command centers you've ever been in, or operational rooms that you've ever been in. With the Akaru, with their developments in technology having been fairly recent, and there's been a lot of kind of excitement about the exploration of space and kind of getting into space. It's been the world's best minds, so like this is like, stepping into the command center at NASA or something,
Right.
You've got...
It's like getting your first cell phone. That's one of those big block 80s cell phone. And then you go somewhere and somebody has a smartphone. You're like, oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
That's a step up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there is still a mix of Klingon and not so many Klingon Borel, you notice. Crew members stationed here, but Starfleet officers crewing their stations and keeping the station running and stuff like that. Pasha, there are readouts here for everything, and it's very intricate data as well. Very, very, very enticing stuff, but mostly operational stuff about where kind of ships are, what's coming in, what's leaving, all of that kind of stuff. And this is fleet operations for Starfleet and for the Imperial Fleet here, the Klingon side of things, and the Admiral and General's offices, just as well as some scientific stations too that have been monitoring things in the Expanse as well.
Pasha is like a little overwhelmed at all of the shiny new around them, but realizes that knows how to play the game and knows that that can be I'll explore later. It's time to meet with the Admiral. That's important. Comes in, keeps pace.
I have a very important question. Now that I am first officer, do I have my own office?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
You have a tiny office next to Admiral Herbert's. Yeah, they've they've taken some stuff out of a storage cupboard.
There's a poster on the wall of a targ hanging onto a rope.
Hang in there.
Hang in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious. Just wanted to know. I need it soundproof so I can just go in there and scream. But anyway, we'll go up to the Admiral.
You've snuck that into the manifest stuff. You've just snuck in a little work order without any oversight to make it soundproof so you can just scream occasionally.
Fantastic.
I'd be like, where's the chief? She just went into her office. You just hear muffled.
Yeah.
Okay, but in all seriousness, I'll give the brief tour of ops. Here's our science readouts, here's our personnel, here's our fleet ops, here's the Klingon fleet ops, blah blah blah, but not lingering too much, because things are a little, you get overwhelmed for a start, but also things are a little dicey right now, so showing an outside force who we're not entirely sure of right now all of our tactical information is not the smartest idea.
So I'm sorry, this tour that we're on, does it usually take this long?
Yes, the station is quite large.
Oh, okay. All right. So you have shortened it for my sake.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So it's usually much more detailed. Okay, that's fine. That's all right. That's all right. I feel like that's done. Let's go with meeting the Admiral.
Swishing through some glass doors with the United Federation of Planet,
are these hydraulic?
Etched onto the glass.
What is?
There is a distinct psst as it opens.
Yeah. Seems wasteful. All right. There's just easier ways to do it. But
ensigns with
okay.
pulleys.
That's all it is. That's the crew.
Oh, those crew hands?
That's what they.
Okay, great.
That's all they did. But in front of you, you see a white human woman with a very friendly demeanor. She smiles towards you. She has she's kind of older complexion. She has short, silvery grey hair. And she's wearing kind of the opposite colors in terms of the uniforms that you've seen from the various Starfleet crew that you've seen here. So she wears, you'll know kind of one of the Admiral tunics, right? But she wears red lower, black shoulders. There's gold piping and there's more dots and more gold piping on the little neck badges.
Dots for days.
Yeah. But she greets you warmly.
Yes. Admiral, on behalf of the Iriax, Nadeon, the Ageless, and all the people of Setu, all the Akaru people, thank you so much for welcoming me aboard. I realize that all of you seem preoccupied by something very important, and I don't want to disrupt anything or get in the way, but I just wanted to extend my thanks on behalf of everybody.
I thank you, Mediator, for that. It means a lot to me that we're making first contact with species such as yours out in the Expanse. This is what Starfleet is here to do, and it's a breath of fresh air, as we say, to actually be doing Starfleet's work here.
Wonderful. That's so great to hear. Well, it was nice meeting you. What's next?
I thought we'd maybe speak more.
Oh, like an in-depth conversation. That would be great. No, terrific. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm used to moving on, but that's okay.
And she just glances at Burrell briefly.
Beryl does I think she stood like a pace or two back from the Mediator, and she just fixes like a look on her face.
It's I don't know what customs you have, but it is traditional, particularly in North Hemisphere Western cultures on Earth, to imbibe some alcohol as a way of toasting or celebrating a meeting.
I see. That is great. That's terrific. Let's do that. I'm always happy. Our culture, we tend to compartmentalize our daily schedules into blocks, and so right now I'm blockless. Like I have things that I need to get done, and the expected amount of time it will take to complete them. But I am happy to make room for this. Please don't get the wrong impression. Let's have an alcohol.
Oh, very well. Please step into my office.
Great.
And
yeah.
She
in
pauses
his Star Wars gear because he's so space punk. Like all the Akaru look like they're out of Star Wars.
Yeah, like Mos Eisley or something.
Look like Cal right now.
And the Admiral Burrell, she pauses kind of at her door as the Mediator steps inside, but she kind of looks around, and you can see the concern on her face as she looks around at Ops as well. And she says, "Have you noticed fewer Klingon officers at their stations?"
Yeah.
We haven't had any other word from Starfleet. We haven't heard anything from the Empire.
What about the General?
The General... I've not seen him in a couple of hours, probably.
I'll put some feelers out.
Okay.
I'll see what's happening.
I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you. And the Admiral steps back into our office, and she pours from this kind of this like glass kind of square decanter, and kind of orange liquid.
And what word would I use to name this? What's this called?
This is whiskey.
Whiskey. Is it? Where's the emphasis?
The first syllable.
Whiskey?
Whiskey.
Whiskey. All right. Oh, that does. Okay. It burns a little. Neat. All right. Terrific. I'm sorry, I can't get past this. Everyone is on edge. Is it because of me? Is it my fault?
No, Mediator, no. There has been some wider diplomatic events on, I wouldn't call it a galactic scale, but the wider Federation and the wider Klingon Empire are going through some teething issues right now.
See. And it was my impression that they were cooperating at this starbase?
Narendra Station is built on that very principle.
I would, yes, no, I'm sorry, you don't need to say anymore. It's clear that would cause a lot of stress here at the station. I'm imagining a lot of things are called into question. Can I be of any assistance?
Perhaps, if we needed some mediation. At the moment, I don't know the Klingons' intentions with the station.
I see. Well, after you've gathered more information, I don't presume to have the answer to everything. I do have training in diplomacy and negotiation, but I'm at your call, I suppose, as your guest.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I like your office.
Thank you. It's taken me a while to make it feel like mine.
Yeah. I imagine that's a thing for people living in space. That's tricky. I guess I'm the first one to think that from my people. Not think that, but see it.
No, it's very true. It's very refreshing to hear things that we take for granted. There's a certain interest. Not interest. I'm trying to phrase this right. There's a certain novelty in hearing your experiences from someone who is maybe experiencing them for the first time.
Yes. We have an expression, and I'm not sure what your universal translator translates and what it doesn't, but we have an expression called drinking from the floor black. So the floor black is like, it is a very concentrated, pressurized water dispenser. And today I feel like I'm drinking from the floor black, like there's a lot. I'm dealing with a lot of new stuff, and it is thrilling and overwhelming, and I consider myself fortunate to drink from it, I guess.
I understand.
Well, I wish you the best, I suppose, with this conflict, but
thank you.
Are we okay? I also feel like I need to ask this, just for the sake of clarity. When you say that the greater or the larger Klingon Empire and the greater Federation, is it, which one is bigger?
By population?
I suppose I'm asking,
members?
Are we in danger?
Perhaps.
All right. Okay.
Klingon society is built around a warrior ethic. And they are renowned fighters. Strategists.
Yep. Sorry, the whiskey. So they are familiar with combat and war.
And as a galactic neighbor, we are familiar with conflict with them ourselves as well.
You see, I picked a day to come here, didn't I?
Maybe.
I'm going to have some more of this whiskey.
I would love to jump cut to Susie. As you're doing a little digging, what does that look like for you?
I think she's talking with heads of her departments, to see if, ones that typically have a mix of Federation Klingons, see what the situation is there, if like a lot of Klingons aren't showing up for their posts. I think being on the station, she'll have made a couple of like acquaintances, like friends from like all over as well. Like maybe she's just checking in with like a couple of see if she gets any messages back from some of her Klingon buds from down in the like the Targ pits and that.
You want to
So
do an
she's
old
just
classic
sending-
streetwise check, don't you? No, that's not a thing in this game.
It's not.
No, that's what we used to play. So I need to remind myself of the things. Well, how do you want to approach this? Because I think like daring is like a possibility if you were being more outlandish about it. Insight is also a good one if you wanted to kind of gather up information and understand it. Presence, if you were kind of leveraging your own command, your own kind of personality and stuff. Reason, if you were trying to really kind of piece it all together.
I think probably presence. I think presence makes sense. You know, Burrell, she's like going out there. She's doing the face-to-faces. She's sending the messages. Like she's cashing in on her rather than like her rank or her like official title kind of deal.
Cool. All right, give me presence and security.
Okay.
What do you have any focuses that you think apply?
Ship operations.
Sure.
Sick. I'll take it. All right.
take it.
Boom. 1 success.
Okay. So you gather that the Klingons are preparing for something. Your feelers can't really tell whether it's leaving or fighting.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
let you answer. Ask me one question if you wanted to like use that success. Otherwise, we'll stack it up to some momentum.
Okay. Has there been an increase of activity around like the ships? Are there more Klingon ships either getting ready to depart or like coming into the station?
There are currently no Klingon, like bird of prey or higher class of ship at the station. And the 2 fighters that are in the hangar bay are like, this is probably a clinching piece of information, are like on standby, ready to go.
Okay. So she'll send a quick message to Admiral Hebert, just be like, I don't know exactly what it is just yet, but the Klingons are preparing to do something. I'll report back when I know more.
Okay. She acknowledges. And Pasha, you actually probably hear that communication as well, because these little communicator badges that they have, they're just on loudspeaker all the time. There's never any like private like DM situation. So it's just on speaker.
Could you imagine being in a turbo lift when like 4 of them go off
I was
at
just
once?
gonna say that. Sounds like hell.
And it's like, and you get it like, you know, if you keep radios all together or something. Yeah, it's like, it's literally, it's coming through like 4 times at the same time.
Oh my
Hell.
gosh. That's awful.
Yeah.
Milliseconds off from each other.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'd like to bring you back to ops, I think. So, like, next thing is, after a little while, you head back to ops. Pasha, you are preparing for dinner, which, again, you have discovered is this very Federation custom to have, a nice fancy dinner with new people. Very not efficient at all, but they insist. So this is part of the plan.
Yeah, by default, Pasha has, like, when they get their food or whatever, they're carrying it around as if they're just going to walk and eat. And then they realize people are sitting down.
And this probably is in the kind of wider boardroom, or like wardroom, whatever they call it. Like it's got, you know, the big business like table. There's space in this star base, right? So like they've got, you know, a nice big setup, and there's some buffet and some food and stuff set up there. There's no dress uniform, thankfully, Burrell. But as you pass by some of the consoles that are monitoring Starbase operations, one little alarm starts to ping off, and then a couple more start to ping off on some of the operations stations. And one of your, in fact, let's say your Commander Sardovelli, who is the oh my god, who is she? She was who like tried to get Eka.
Yeah, she was.
Get Eka, you know, like framed, like put down for that crime she got framed for. They got framed for. She is Zach Dawn. Yeah. So like, foldy face, super amazing strategy people from the Federation. If anyone remembers that Next Generation episode, where it's meant to be like, and Data plays them at chess or something, and it's all a bit silly. But anyway, she is, you know, at the kind of security and tactical consoles, kind of overseeing those. And she, in alarm, turns around to you and says, "Commander, we've got several Klingon vessels decloaking, warping into the system." I'm reading... these were not scheduled, and I can't see them as part of fleet operations. And she's like shouting at her staff, like, you know, get me registries, get me ship recognition, like find out who that is. And she turns to you, she says, "I'm registering 3 Vorcha class attack cruisers, 2 birds of prey."
Are there any signs that weapons are armed?
Shields are raised.
All right. Put out the call alarm alert for the station.
And it's at that moment that you all hear General Kargan's Kargan's voice over essentially a starbase wide channel over the speakers. This is General Kargan of the Klingon Empire. Under orders of Chancellor Gowron, it is my duty to take control of this station. Every Klingon on this station must be prepared to die for the Empire at any moment. This is your moment. This is your opportunity, Starfleet, to leave the station and evacuate, or we will be forced to take the station. I will await your reply. And the channel cuts off. And Develli turns around to you and she's like, "Where's the Admiral?"
"Where is the Admiral?" says Susie, panicked, knowing that Sam's gonna pull some bullshit. Like,
still over, you know, with the mediator. You can see through like some glass paneling. Some of it's a little bit frosted, but there's a buffet going on, you know. little buffet with the Akaru delegate.
Does she sound like does she look like she heard this?
So Pasha, it's for you as well, quite a sight to see her, like, still remain quite stoic and not visibly react a huge amount. And she just puts her plate down, and she, without looking at you, she says, "Please excuse me for a moment." And she...
Please, yes, take your leave.
And she makes her way out of that, like, boardroom. Those big glass doors, like, slowly swish open, and she is in, like, proper Admiral mode. She is like marching down those steps, she's walking across the ops, and she's like, "Report."
Okay, so Burrell lays down all these ships that appeared out of nowhere, shields up, ready to attack. General Kargan did the thingamajig with the doobadab.
I heard that, yes.
Yes, that's not Burrell saying that, it's me
All right.
summarizing.
Yeah.
She's much more efficient and businesslike. What are your orders, Admiral?
Well, this is a Federation station. We can't just leave. And she looks particularly to Develli, and she says, and she looks around. There are no Klingons here right now, and she says, "Commander, secure ops." And the lieutenant commander immediately gets to work. She takes a couple of security officers. She starts like communicating over to people. You can hear through your comm badge that like security people are starting to mobilize. She says, I want a rundown of the station. What's happening? Are the Klingons already uprising? What's going on? You hear disruptor fire in the corridor. Develli is just getting to those kind of like main doors.
Mm-hmm.
Harvey, you have also heard that announcement over the tannoy, essentially. Tannoy.
Mm-hmm.
As that like the announcement or the message hasn't even finished, and the fighter crew that are on the pad next to you are already getting in and getting ready to move off.
Okay. Harvey's going to order his crew to equip the runabout. I think we can change it to tactical, so fighting.
Yep, you got your pit stop crew ready to go.
We got the pit stop crew, and we're going to start charging and changing it to tactical.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to order.
Nice. Okay. You get those micro photon torpedoes out.
Yeah,
at that point.
Higher yield of phaser banks or whatever it is. I'm not going to stop them leaving if they leave.
Yeah. Okay.
They leave, they can go.
Okay. Cool. And Susie, you're going to need to get a rundown of the station.
Yes.
Of what's going on.
I think though, she's just gonna jog to her little closet real quick, and she's gonna grab her emergency like she's half Klingon. She's got weapons everywhere. I think she keeps like in the back of her little office. She's got her mek'leth like mounted, so she's gonna grab that, and she's just got it with her little safety mek'leth. And like I think they showed it in DS9, right? There's like little weapons caches in case of emergencies. So we're in there, we're pulling that stuff out, and then just to make sure we're secure, and then I'm doing the scans to get what's going on. I'm trying to ping as many people as I can, get like on the ground reports.
Yeah. All right. Make me a presence and command roll, and then Tom, if you want to grab the station, and then the station.
Yeah.
I'll let the station assist.
Where's Narendra? Where are you, you beautiful station? You.
It's like
there you are.
Down the middle there. Starbase 364.
What am I assisting with?
Communications and command, I think.
Okay. Rolling one. Boom. Oh, we got a success. Well done, well done, station.
We got 4 total.
Oh,
4 total.
Bring it on, Klingons. Bring it on.
Oh, 3-4. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So I gives you some nice sort of 3 momentum there, I think. Very, very nice indeed.
If we're gonna need it.
We're gonna need it. And okay, in general, things are on a little bit of a pause. No one's reported any kind of crazy stuff. There's some Klingons are starting to kick off in the Galleria already. There's obviously some like preemptive stuff like that. The ships as well. So the Vulture attack cruisers and the 2 birds of prey are now essentially at a standoff in a kind of attack formation. with weapons charged and ready at the station. Are there any other key questions that you'd want to ask using that momentum?
Where are our ships?
Okay. Canonically,
Fucking Venture.
the USS
Here we go.
Venture
Always late.
led a rescue party to Deep Space Nine. So it is on. No, literally, it is on the other. It got recalled, and it is on the other. It's like the other side of the Alpha Quadrant.
God damn Venture.
Venture every time.
And they're going to be late to DS9 as well.
They weren't apparently though, according to the episode.
It didn't get destroyed, did it?
No.
No, it is
No.
just that ship at the end of the episode, isn't it?
Yeah. They literally call it the Venture. And the Bellerophon is surveying the Expanse. They are days away at maximum warp. And the Akira class, the Thunderchild, which would
That's
be
what we
the
want.
wheel, like tactical workhorse of the little tiny fleet that you've got here exploring the Expanse, is also a couple of days away at maximum warp.
How inconvenient.
As it's been, patrolling the kind of Klingon edge, the Klingon side of the Expanse, probably, in preparation for anything to kind of kick off. Or just kind of keeping an eye on the... So an ensign, security ensign, turns around to you and says, "I'm sorry, Commander, but we're on our own."
Okay. Just gonna just have that moment. Just try and breathe. This is what the screaming room is for.
I've got it in my cupboard.
Hold on one second. No, kidding. Okay, we have no ships. That's great. I love that for us. But it is kind of hard to siege a space station.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have 3 runabouts,
We have 3 runabouts,
which are like
though,
little ships.
against birds of prey.
Granted, but
You
they are
have-
little ships.
4 runabouts.
They use them in DS9, don't they?
And just
As
a bunch
fighters.
of shuttles.
Little.
They kind of do. I don't think the budget allowed it in the season that I watched, but certainly later on during the Dominion War, they definitely used them a bit. So yes, you have some shuttles and some runabouts from the
Okay.
launch bay. Maybe a shields up.
Yes.
Did
no.
you want-
I'm just thinking
did you
because we
want a
got
red
questions,
alert?
right?
Or,
Oh,
no,
absolutely, red alert.
Questions. Red alert.
But yes, red alert. It's there. If you got the noise, come on.
Yeah.
Right, everybody,
I
turn your
think-
lights off.
I think when the noise goes off, we like just a brief cut because Pasha's still seated with a plate full of food in front of them, and is like looking around. Is there anybody else still at the table?
I know. I think they've all started to rush off.
Okay.
And,
In
like,
that case, he'll just
manning
assume
station
that
tops.
noise means that the meal is over. And they'll stand up and take their food, their plate.
So you head out of those big glass doors, and you can see the kind of panicked ops room on red alert with the admiral kind of and the commander kind of figuring out what's going on. When you come out of the boardroom, the admiral turns to you and says, "Mediator, you said you offered your assistance just now.
I did, and it seems like the circumstances have changed.
If I might be able to use it."
Do you need somebody to provide medical or psychiatric services or negotiation?
I could perhaps use help with some diplomatic mediation.
I'll do what I can, but obviously, I'm the least experienced here. Maybe if the chief could help and give their wisdom to the situation.
Of course. Susie, any other questions?
Have we lost any sectors of the station yet, or any like completely lost
No.
to Starfleet?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you have to discount the lower levels with some
Oh,
of the
yeah, I
Klingon,
mean-
like the Targ pits and stuff. It's basically Klingon town down there.
Okay. I swear to God, I swear to Kalis, if any of them hurt a hair on Zamboni's head, I'll kill them all.
Okay.
That's Susie
This-
talking.
This is the first time I've heard about a Targ named Zamboni, so
The
this is
Zamboni.
You would have got to meet him, but Klingons had to declare war. Okay, so no ships, no areas of the station lost.
You're on like the top of the roller coaster.
Yeah.
And you're about to go down.
Yeah.
So like you've got that split second to like manage a situation or figure out kind of what the mode of attack is as well.
Okay.
Defense, I guess.
How the hell are we gonna open up a diplomatic line through this? We need to get to General Kargan, I guess, to try and get him talking.
Yeah.
Could I find out where he is actually? Is one of my questions.
Yeah, you could use a question to figure out where Kargan is. He is, in fact, in one of the lower levels.
Of course he is.
So he has made his way down there, and he's not, in ops.
Okay.
Let me have a little look at the deck plan again, which we have somewhere. Close that. Klingon training facility, because it has a blood wine hall, Targ breeding pits, a dedicated Klingon-only medical ward, and a well-equipped combat training area.
Where all the weapons are. Funny
Where
that.
all the weapons
That's great.
are.
That's wonderful. I love that for us. Okay, and I would say my other order my order is then for the runabouts we have to be defensive but try and run interference as best as possible, because the last thing we need is dealing on attacks from two fronts. So don't do any untoward risks, like don't try and 1v6 Klingons, Tom. But just try and stop them from wrecking us from the outside as well as the inside, as best you can.
I guess I'm piloting the ship then.
If you want
The
to, I mean, you
runabout.
can come help me try and get to General Kargan.
I always envisioned we had actual pilots to
Yeah.
do them, but
No, yeah.
they're
Totally.
actually, I just make sure it runs. Although this campaign,
just turn
I've
it
been a
on.
damn ace pilot, so
You have built a really good pilot.
somehow
Yeah.
that genuinely was accidental. By the way, it just happened.
That's how he finds himself. He's like, oh, why am I in the pilot seat again?
Always in the pilot seat.
Proceeds to thread the needle and do all sorts of cool things.
Yeah.
Okay. The Admiral says we can open a channel to him, or you can try and get there if you like.
Let's try opening a channel first. He's probably going to deny it.
Okay. And she patches through, and she says, General, and she says something very diplomatic in the way of like, let's talk, let's not do this thing. He is quite resolute in, he's like, my orders are very clear. I have always been more of a warrior than a diplomat, Admiral.
Is there a way? First of all, is this again loudspeaker?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Is this on speakerphone?
Always.
Is there a way that Pasha's listening to this and trying to figure out, is there an in route here, right? Is there any hesitation left, or is he like, nope, full on fighting time?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Is there something I can roll for that?
Yeah, Doc, give me the first roll. Give me your first roll. Okay, so
Yay!
you're going to use a combination of insight
Mm-hmm.
and command. Yeah,
Sweet.
I'm good for that. So select those two.
Okay.
Your default task roll number of dice is 2.
Okay. I'm gonna use a I mean just some sort of focus, probably mediation or diplomacy somewhere
They
in there.
both count for sure, absolutely.
Okay.
So have your focus
Complication.
on,
Yep.
and then
Got it.
the difficulty you need to get, the number of successes you need is 2. Because that will
Okay.
create you the situation to be able to have a more
Gotcha.
diplomatic conversation with him.
Gotcha.
So
I
did you
have
wanna-
focus on complication 2.
Did you want to roll any more dice than just 2?
Do. I would love to. I have a talent that lets me re-roll one of them
Beautiful.
if I need to.
Yeah, love that.
So, task roll 2, challenge dice 0, and I will roll.
Yeah, if you just want to roll the 2 dice.
It's a 2 and a 1.
Very nice. Did you want to chance it?
I don't wanna re-roll
the
either of
1?
those.
No, you're all good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a crit in there. That's good.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, so you get 1 point of momentum for the group that you can spend later if you like, or you can spend now to ask a question. But with that success, with the 2 successes that you needed, you know that General Kargan, and based on kind of how he's speaking to the Admiral, they have been quite close colleagues.
They've worked together for
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah,
Might not be friends.
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So there's definitely an avenue for you guys to speak to him, kind of along with the Admiral.
Sure. I don't think Pasha would presume to speak in this negotiation. There's no reason that he would talk to this Klingon unless it's like I'm the official go-between, which wouldn't make sense either.
You're the
but I
guest star and then returning cast member for the episode, so I think you should absolutely have
okay, all right.
the space to speak.
Pasha would step forward and say, "Admiral, do you mind if I speak with the general briefly?"
Please. Because they've had a bit of kind of back and forth a little bit. And so, yeah, it kind of allows you a moment to speak to him.
And then he looks at the comm thing and he's like, how do I
just speak?
What turns it on? All right. Poor guy. He says, General Kargan, yes, this is Mediator Pasha of Irboka. I'm from the planet Setu, and I have been appointed as a mediator to this station between my people and the Federation, and the Empire as well. But it seems that will be pointless unless I can reconcile this. Have you and the Admiral worked together for long?
It is no concern of yours how long we have worked together.
I only ask for the reason of wondering if there's some sort of mutual understanding that can be broached between the two of you. Is there not some way to resolve this without bloodshed? I understand that your people value combat and victory very highly, and I don't want to dishonor that. But, as always, I look for a third way forward.
I've given the Federation here the opportunity to leave. If they leave, no blood need be spilt today.
And you consider the Admiral to be a colleague or a friend?
He pauses. We have worked together for a long time. I respect your honor, Admiral, and I trust that you respect mine, and my honor is tied up with the occupation of this station.
We understand. And Admiral, forgive me if I'm speaking out of turn, but it's my understanding that the Admiral's mission to bring honor to the Admiral would be to resolve this, would be to maintain the security that you've experienced here ever since the starbase was constructed. Is that not true?
Have you any idea what has happened between our two peoples?
I will be completely honest in that, no, I have not. But in that case, I may provide some insight as a unbiased third party.
Starfleet has done what I have known it historically to do, which is to meddle in some fashion. Klingons are known for their upfront nature. We declare our fight, our actions, before we engage them. We do not hide behind surprise tactics and cowardice such as that.
And you don't believe that this declaration of conflict by your leader is a surprise? Doesn't it seem like the people of Narendra Station were caught off guard?
They have known the situation for some time. Ever since events in the Alpha Quadrant and the attack on Cardassia, a campaign that would have taken out a puppet of the Dominion. Starfleet had to meddle. Starfleet had to get involved somehow. It is not my place to decide for the Chancellor what to do here. Diplomatic ties are now cut. If we are not allies here, we are enemies. I will give you one last chance, Admiral. Leave this station. Leave with your crew and your people, and no blood need be spilt.
I see. And they look to the Admiral as if to say, Grimace.
And the Admiral pleads with him one more time, and looks to see if you, Burrell, if you have anything that you want to add.
Burrell looks conflicted. She is a kid in the middle of a horrible divorce right now. You know, like, there's everything she grew up knowing and believing in the first 20 years of her life, maybe even longer than that. I haven't quite nailed how old she is, but you know, there's the two halves, two wolves inside of her, and she is very torn up by it right now. She looks very upset and torn. But she says, General, this is madness. What honor will we bring to the Empire by weakening our alliance, by tearing the station apart on the other side of the galaxy? This brings no tactical benefit, General. But you're right, we Klingons do declare, and I declare you will not take this station. And then she's gonna end transmission.
I think Pasha's... Well, Pasha, this wasn't even mentioned, but Pasha has similar eyebrows to Vulcans and Romulans. And so Pasha's eyebrows go...
Even higher.
impressed.
Yeah. Nice. And the Admiral gets into that, like, Captain Janeway mode where she's just like, right, everyone ready, stand by, da-da-das, get all that stuff fixed up, let's go. You get a transmission through Harvey for the runabouts to get launched, get ready. And as your crew is just fitting the last of that like mission pod onto the top of the chassis, then you can see that the attack craft as well is lifting off.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The crew that do the main, they're still on the station, right? They don't join the attack craft fighter, do they?
No.
They're still there in the station.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
You're not. Are you getting on board the runabout, or are you staying on the station? I'll leave it entirely up. I'll leave it entirely up to you.
On the station.
Yeah.
He's not a pilot.
Yeah.
He
So
only
there's
pilots, you know. So yeah, he's not a fighter.
Yeah. So we've got the pilots on board. As the runabout starts to launch off its pad, you've stepped a good way back to let it off. You can see just out the corner of your eye, kind of eclipsed by the runabout a little bit, the attack fighter, the craft, start to lift off this, you know, slightly bigger Klingon vessel. And just as it lifts off, it dips one of its wings. It turns towards your runabout. And it fires a few shots. But Harvey, I need you to roll me fitness and security.
Oh, two naturally
Your-
things that I've got.
Your instincts kick in, and this is diving out of the way.
All right, I'm gonna spend that momentum to get an extra dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're rolling 3, no problem.
I'm
This is
rolling
gonna be
3.
difficulty 2, I think.
I got nout for focuses. All right, let's just go with it.
Yeah.
3 dice, hope for the best.
Let's do it.
Nope. Failed them all.
Oof.
I
Okay.
am not a hit person. I'm an
Oh,
engineer.
I swear to God.
Take 3 stress.
Free stress.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you've been knocked to the ground. You knocked about a bit, but you haven't suffered
Yeah.
an injury.
Okay.
Okay. But that
Cheap
starts. Yeah, it's a cheap shot. But the run. So what happens is that their disruptors fire at point blank towards the runabout. The runabout shields soak a lot of that, and the runabout just goes. And the kind of port doors are only just opening. Kind of some of these big hangar bay doors, and they have to skid sideways through the thing, and the fighter starts to wind up, and its engines spin off as well, and it flies through that as well, off after the runabout. Okay, gang. I forgot to download the battle music time, but
Yeah.
I need some without machine guns or swords in the
Did you not
background.
isn't there I don't know if it's copyrighted or anything for you could do it, but there's a Klingon bird of prey music. Every time it decloaks, there's that music that they put in the TV.
I can't even think of what literally the music you mean either.
You know what I mean? It's like it goes dun dun
gonna
dun,
look.
dun 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 dun, or something like that. It's
Gonna
hard
look
to say.
very
Bird
It's
quickly.
like
Klingon
there.
Prey
Just have Tom do it.
music, because it's like the Klingon war theme.
There is a space battle on here by Tabletop Audio that I'm just going to use. I'm sorry for any pew pew noises. There's probably pew pew noises.
Oh, maybe that's on it.
Oh my god, it's full of pew pew noises.
Oh, there's a lot of pew pew noises.
God damn, nice.
Pasha hides under a desk.
Disruptors, they make people.
They do make pew pew noises.
They do make pew pew.
All right.
God.
So to set the scene, there are 2 things going on. Commander Develli at the doors of operations. They are trying to force them shut as Klingon disruptor fire is smashing into the door frame and probably takes out a poor red shirt in a gold uniform, just spins, falls to the floor from that disruptor shot. There's a Klingon probably even makes it to that door with a batleth and just I'll spend a threat there, and they've all got batleths now. It's
Oh, good, thanks.
grab with a batleth, it's just going into that security officer. There's a tussle, there's a bit of a choreographed fight situation, there's a double hand at some point, and then the poor Starfleet security officer goes flying before the doors eventually shut, and operations is secure for now, but it's not going to be secure forever.
Pasha
Right.
runs to the red shirt, not knowing that they're meant to die, and tries to save their life.
Yeah, absolutely. So roll for me medicine and daring.
Some daring medicine.
You've got some emergency medicine, like a focus there, haven't you? I think.
Yes, emergency medicine. Is
Yes. So the
Okay.
focus used is yes for this one. Then
Okay.
this is going to be difficulty 2.
Okay.
I don't think they're debilitating or anything. No, we're good. Did you want to roll any extra dice? Or just the 2 dice?
I don't think I have anything that applies to this specifically. This is his side hustle.
Okay.
Like
So you can just roll the 2
like
dice.
saving people's lives.
Yeah. It's the side
Yeah, yeah,
hustle.
yeah.
So you could just roll
It's
2
a
dice
fucking hobby.
if you wanted to. If you were really invested in improving your odds, then because you have no momentum, you could give me threat instead. So the third dice you roll, because you're rolling 2. The third
I have
dice
one
you roll-
momentum. I have one momentum from that last.
It's a group
success.
pool. So
Got it.
Tom spent it, so now the group pools
Good.
are back at 0. So it's
Okay,
in that
great.
turn order for you in the roll 20.
Okay.
So you can always see
Okay.
how much you've got. So because you've got no momentum, if you wanted to roll a third die, that would cost you 1 threat in this case, or 1 momentum. If you wanted to roll a fourth
Not
dice,
for a red shirt.
No? Okay. Just giving you a bit of a lowdown as well. So like
I know I'm the new guy, but like, hold on, here we go. Just 2. 0, 0.
no, unfortunately,
15 and 18.
yeah, you don't have the kit to hand. You're not very skillful with a Starfleet like med pack.
This guy's dead.
Efficiency, I love it so much.
It's very efficient. Very efficient.
Okay.
Very good at mediating, but also not great at reading the room cross
Yeah,
culturally.
love that.
It's weird.
So, the
easy,
Klingon that
yes.
breached the door, have they been
Yes.
contained?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to get in on the action.
I mean, come on. I'm built for a scrap.
All right, let's do it.
Let me get in there.
I'll give you. Where's my Klingon veteran?
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
It's like the standard NPC block. Klingon veteran. He's not just like one guy. He is one guy, but I mean, he's not just a Beck.
Can be a back.
No. Okay, daring and security. We're having a roll off. I'm gonna roll
Daring and
2
security,
dice.
okay.
That's all I'm gonna roll, and you're gonna have to
Same.
beat 2 difficulty 2.
Neat. Okay. I tell you what, I'll give you a threat. I want to
Okay.
roll 3.
You're rolling 3 dice. So I'm back up to 12. There we go.
2. Ooh.
Okay, I'll give that to you. PC. So roll challenge dice for me. Use your
That's
mech
my
left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4.
Four.
Vicious one.
Yeah. Oof. Okay. For Hurty. He is still good. I mean, he's got his armor, so that reduces it by 1. So it's like 3 Hurty. Okay. As you're tussling with the Klingon officer or Klingon veteran guy, I am going to. I should not have done that. Make an attack with the ships against the station. I need Tom.
Hi.
Can you keep score for the station?
Sure,
Thank you.
I can indeed.
Shields are up. Shields should be at maximum, so
All
there
up.
should be
Yep.
big blocky blocks on the character sheet. Sweet.
We're full shield.
Okay, we're gonna treat this, chums, like a bit more of a simplified extended task. This is not gonna be full starship combat. I can't keep track of 5 ships.
That's
I can't
fair
keep
enough.
track of the station as well. There's a lot going on with starship combat. It's great. And I'll be upfront about this, guys. I know I'm on the Modiphius channel, but it's great if it's like one ship versus one ship, and you want to get into the whole what breaches did we have, what little things, what consoles exploded, who jumped out of their seat, the engines are damaged, that kind of thing. It's not great for the level that I'm working at. So I've done it a bit differently.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going off book a little bit. But, okay. So, this is going to work like an extended task. So each breakthrough, I'll explain it all, but like each kind of like injury you do will track those ships so that they'll, take some damage and then maybe just explode based on your attacks. The starbase has a packs a punch, like for real. So
I'm looking forward to
I'm going to
firing those
operate these
bases.
guys as a whole fleet attack wing, essentially, rather than doing them every single ship, rolling every single crew roll, every single ship assist, all that kind of stuff. So the crew task roll is going to be 2. I'm going to spend 3 momentum, 3 threat even really, to roll 2 more dice for the crew. And the Starship assist die is going to be 5 more d20s because you've got the full 5 ships attacking the station.
Okay.
All right, so there's going to be a lot of numbers that are about to be thrown in here, but I'll let you know how we interpret those. This is going to be weapons
Interesting.
and security.
Don't know why some of them are red.
So we found this, didn't we? The ship
The ship's a bit
ones
weird, yeah.
just flag up complications when they're not really complications.
Yeah.
So if someone can just hover over the zeros and just check for me if there are any
0 is
20s.
16. There is 120 in the bottom one.
Okay, so you get a complication. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes on a difficulty 2. So that's a lot of challenge dice. So I'm going to spend those 7 extra challenge dice on this Vorture's Disruptor Banks. Let's do that. Now, does this come ridiculous? Okay, that's way too many.
Wow.
Because it's adding up all of the security
Yeah.
and the thing there. So I've rolled way too many. I apologise. So it's actually going to be 6 for those. And it's actually going to be... Take 4 out of that. It's going to be 7 for that. It's going to be 7 for that. Okay. Disruptor Banks. Oh, this music is loud. Sorry, gang. Give me 1 second. It's not vicious. Okay. Incoming damage, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
The station has resistance of 12, just because of its size. So we're going to ignore
So what does,
12 of the... We're going to soak 12 of this damage
Before it even hits the sheet.
before it even starts knocking the shields down.
Okay, so 12.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But I am rolling 6 plus 7 is 13 challenge dice. 12 damage. Okay, so there is no...
So it soaks.
Yeah,
soaks
so
everything.
the disruptor cannons from the birds of prey as they come in on an attack maneuver. The Vulture class cruisers are firing their main disruptor banks. There's that long burst of green energy coming out the front, the kind of mouth of them, and they're peppering the station and its shields with these weapons. All of you can feel the station rumble a little bit, just a little bit.
What number? What number?
One. It's a 1. Yeah, it's a 1. There's a little bit of a, bit of a rumble. There's a camera shake. Not much else happens. But for you in the hangar bay, Harvey, you can, and actually those like doors are open, and you can see the impacts on these shields as they're kind of pulsing with the energy dispersal, and it's literally happening like you're looking at it over there.
Popcorn.
Not quite popcorn at that moment, I don't think. But Burrell, you can overhear, and Pasha, you hear from the security console crew members that shields are holding for now.
Okay.
Right.
Pasha at this moment speaks up. He says, "Are the comms still open?"
They can be.
I'm not sure how much it will take to convince them, but the Akaru people, we do have 6 warships.
I've read the report, mediator.
I'm just saying that I can reach out and see if they can give us assistance. Might take them some time to get here, but
I don't think we have a 2-week wait.
okay, I didn't realize it was that long. That's fine. In that case, I'll just patch up sick people.
Thank you. There's more disruptive fire from the door, from like the other side of the now closed doors to ops. And you can see that there's some sparks and stuff too. And Burrell, you recognize this. There's like a kind of breaching like little flamethrower-y kind of device that the Klingons use now and again, and so they're beginning to like breach through the door, just very slowly, very very slowly. The Admiral calls you back. Chief, I need you covering. I need you covering security. I need you covering tactical.
God. Okay.
And you've got people there, like doing the stuff.
Yeah.
But you're there just kind of orchestrating things and stuff like that. Okay. So, what would you like the station to do in this like round?
I think it's just the orders like to get defensive positions, right? So like in tactically important areas. So we need like our armory shored up to make sure it can't get pillaged. Med bay, ops, we've got that. I can't remember where else would be important. Engine room.
Engineering base, reactors.
Engineering base, yeah.
There's the
everything
science like lab areas as well.
Yeah, everything that's of importance needs to be fully locked down. And a recalling of all like civilians to get the fuck back to quarters so they don't get murdered in the crossfire.
And in DS9 thing, there needs to be a firefight on the promenade. There needs to be. I mean, we've got to have people going up and over somehow.
Listen,
over the railings.
Tom, I'll get to that when shit goes down in ops.
You're
and
going
I have to
down.
go down.
Yeah.
And I have to get General Kargan myself with a Starfleet shotgun. Which I'm fully willing to do, by the way. Just want to put that out.
Okay. It will be one threat and one momentum to get yourself a phaser rifle.
Okay.
All right. So, what do you want the station to do about the Klingon attack wing?
Return fire.
Yeah. All right. So, I would like you, please, to roll me control and security.
Okay.
And Tom, the station will assist with weapons and security.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright.
And the difficulty for this is going to be 2.
Okay.
Boom, we got a hit.
3 successes. 1 momentum there in the bag. This is with the phaser bang. Phaser.
It depends. Do you want to hit multiple or just a single target? Because you can use the phaser arrays that can be area or spread, or the phaser banks, which is I think just a. We do have torpedoes as well, but you save those for when the shield's down.
Yeah, let's save those for yeah. Gotta get the I remember Star Trek Online. I played that.
Fucking go!
Yeah, let's go!
Fucking go!
I remember. Is it just the one vessel firing currently? Like as a test? Like are they testing us?
Nope.
Or is it like
all 5
of them just
vessels
go?
are now on attack?
Oh, let's try and get as many as we can.
Q.
Let's.
So you want the phaser arrays?
Yeah, let's get the arrays going.
Right, roll the
Okay.
damage on the arrays.
Here we go.
Oh,
That's like
Oh my
way
God.
too many on the arrays.
Well, it
so
says
much.
it says 16. In the
Yeah.
So many arrays.
That's a lot of arrays.
Reduce that by
Yep.
the number of in security. So it's like 4 or 5,
4?
isn't it? 4.
So you want to reduce it to what, like 12 to 12?
Yeah. So that number in the weapon should actually be 12. We need to do
got
that.
it.
We need to do that for
I'll
the
do it
other
for all of
energy.
them.
No, not
I'll
all of
do it.
them. Just the other energy weapon, the other phaser.
Oh, just the energy.
The torpedoes you calculate
14.
differently, so that's fine.
Okay. So I shall redo this. Okay. Yeah.
Actually, no. The torpedoes just need to be 3, I think.
You want me to
Yeah.
change it
So
to 3?
Yeah, please, yeah, and then re-roll.
no problem.
Re-roll.
So we got phaser arrays 12, phaser banks 13, and torpedoes is 3. Yep.
Yes, that's correct.
Let's
Yes.
redo the
Perfect.
phaser.
All right, phaser arrays, and you are
Aw.
doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 challenge
fuck with a
dice
station.
worth of
Don't
damage.
fuck with a station.
Insane.
I will say though, it is spread out because we did do area.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Right.
the resistance you're going to face in this extended task against, because you're targeting essentially the whole attack wing that's coming at you from these Klingon ships, is 18. So I want you to reduce that by 18. Gives us 2. It was 20, right? I said. All right, so you've marked off 2 damage essentially onto the fleet, and we're looking for. We've got a work track of. Oh no, I'm tracking ships and their breaches separately. All right, so you have the way that I'm going to do this. You have impacted one of the birds of prey.
Cool.
So it's not going to be able to assist in its next attack run. So you've hit it, but it's it's still going. Good hit on the shields. Okay.
So why was the phaser array 16? Do you just do weapons plus security to find out?
So energy weapons are calculated by the scale of the ship or the station, plus their security. But the way that the sheets work, it already factors in the security when it does the roll.
Gotcha.
So you just need to do the flat, whatever the scale is, or torpedoes are just 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have the bird of prey has been slightly damaged. I'm going to spend that 2 threat there. Now we're down to a 7. Sorry, chat. I'm not keeping up with my threat. There's a lot going on. For Pasha, the doors creak open again, crunch open. There's essentially seems to be some kind of like implosion device seems to crumple the doors from the outside, and there's a gap wide enough to let Klingons through now, and they start to push through. Burrell, you're on the security station at the moment.
Yeah.
But the Klingons are coming through. There's a bit of disruptor fire, and a Klingon manages to round onto you, where with a bat'leth they are ready to attack. So.
Okay.
No, on Pasha.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh no,
that's not good,
diplomatic
that's bad.
incident.
Yeah. So I need my veteran.
Gosh, what do you do here? My sweet boy can't fight.
Yeah. So this is
But
going to be.
also, just just chatting with the Klingon probably isn't what they're after.
Like, hey, no, stop. It's okay.
Yeah.
All
Hey,
right.
just reconsider.
All right. We are going to have a bit of a dice off. Daring, daring, and security is what I would like from you. Let me roll my task roll first of all, and then that will set the difficulty for you to equal or beat in order to defend yourself against this attack.
With my 2 worst rolls? Yeah, let's go.
So, you need 2 successes.
Oh, that'll be easy. I've got a 7 in daring and a 1 in security. Here we go.
Wait a second. You can roll more dice if you'd like to. You've got 1 momentum in the pool right now. If you spend that will buy you another die to roll.
Okay, I don't think I'm using any focus here.
Okay.
I'd like to spend that momentum just so I don't die within 1 episode. And yeah.
All right.
So what does that change about my roll?
So on the sheet, you've got your task
Focus
roll.
now. Yeah.
Along task roll, you need to be on 3, not on 2, and then that will roll 3 d20s for you.
And what's the complication range?
Is normal. It's 1.
It's 1. Okay. Okay, here we go. Nothing. 0.
No. Okay. So I'm gonna smack you with a little bat'leth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you take
That's an
7
injury.
stress, and you will take I'm gonna say a non-lethal injury. So
Thank you.
you've been bashed to the ground. You can spend, or you can give me 2 threat now, as you have no momentum, to ignore that injury. It's essentially like a little glancing blow, or it's just missed you, and that will give you a chance to kind of stay in the fight and the situation.
I mean, yeah, I'll spend those 2 threat. Like,
Cool.
even though he
Alright.
can't fight, he might be useful in some other way.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'll spend 2 threat then.
Harvey,
Hi.
what would you like to do? Do you
Um,
want to try and get somewhere?
Yeah,
and do
so
something.
Harvey, obviously, he's kind of shaking his head after being the hit, and he's kind of, and he gets up probably with the help of one of the crew things. What is the Klingon maintenance crew doing now? They're not like coming at us with wrenches or anything like that.
They,
It's not
in
gonna
my
be like
head, they
friggin-
all got onto the attack fighter.
Oh, okay, so they did get, so they've, okay. In that case, then, where would Harvey best be suited? You know what? Harvey's going to go on a little journey. He's going to go through across the, he's going to go, right, okay, well, I'm pretty useless here. And he's going to go over to like a security junk panel
Yeah.
where they keep phasers, and going to hand out hand phasers to all of the maintenance crew. And he's going to go, right, well, you guys stay here. I'm going to go somewhere a bit more useful. Right. And he's going to go to the nearest energy bank, basically somewhere where he can work on the shields to keep the shields up. He wants to be in engineering.
Oh man.
So he's
okay.
going to start making his way through a station that is under attack with Klingons everywhere to get to a station where he can do emergency damage repairs. He's going to basically join an emergency repair crew.
Okay. So you make your way to engineering as the thing that you do this turn. Roll me fitness and
Oh, yeah.
security.
They can do one of the best, as we've already seen. Okay, am I going to have cramp as I try through the station?
You're going to be trying to dodge Klingons.
Oh, I ain't going to be dodging Klingons. Here we go. Let's give it a go.
Roll me a difficulty 2.
Ooh, I got a 1. Oh, I didn't know it was difficulty 2.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Did you want to, in retrospect, roll an extra, maybe an extra die?
No, I roll.
No?
I'll stick with it.
Okay.
I'll stick with it.
All right, you get kind of halfway to engineering. You are about to head into a turbo lift when the turbo lift doors open and a Klingon warrior is standing on the other side of those doors, batleth in hand, and charges at you.
Can I fire first?
No, I would let you spend a momentum to have done that from the success of your
Okay.
task. Well, I tell you what you can do.
Yeah.
You can fire instead of engaging in hand-to-hand combat, but it's
Oh,
going
yeah, I
to be
don't
one. It's going to be one more difficult. One success
Oh,
more
yeah.
difficult.
I
Okay.
do not want to be in hand combat with the Klingon.
All right.
Fuck
I'm going to
that.
spend 1 threat to roll 3 die on my veteran's task roll, and this is the difficulty 1
Fuck. Okay.
to beat.
Well, this I would like to buy.
difficulty
an extra
2
dice.
to
Yeah.
shoot instead.
Yeah, I would very much like to buy an extra dice.
Okay, so I'll whack that back up to 9.
Oh, man, I can't even use determination. I haven't got a
No
value for
values.
like, oh shit, I'm going to die.
I don't teach this in the academy.
They
They don't.
don't teach. Well, technically, they do teach.
We have. I got a
Um,
point of determination earlier, didn't I?
Yeah, so
you said
determination
everyone
is
has determination.
personal,
Used.
momentum is
Got it.
pooled.
Got it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I suppose I could. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, okay. Harvey's seen his life flash before his eyes, and this is like a life-threatening situation. So, if you will allow me to use my determination with they don't teach you, I will use that straight away.
All right.
And still roll, because getting momentum might be a good idea, because this is a life-threatening. Harvey's about to die. So he's like, oh, thank God I did. So that's 3 altogether.
Okay.
Just literally, just instinct, just and fires the phaser.
Okay. So roll the damage on the phaser for me.
It's just a normal hand phaser, isn't it? Phaser type 1, is it?
Yes. So it's going to be
2.
Give me
My
1
security,
second.
right?
So it's going to be 3 challenge dice plus your security and challenge dice.
Okay. Hang on.
The little weapon damage number on your sheet should be 3.
3. Okay. Boom.
Beautiful. That's perfect.
Cool.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 damage.
Okay.
So that Klingon warrior takes that stress, but is not felled by your phaser blast. Klingons are hardy, very, very hardy. He dodges, ducks out of the way, and engages you again in hand-to-hand combat. This one, Tom, is going to be hand-to-hand combat. He's just too close. You're not managing to get a shot off, I'm afraid.
All right, I'm ready.
The difficulty you need to
I'm ready.
beat is a 1, and that is a complication, isn't it?
Yes.
Is that actually a complication?
You rolled a 20.
I rolled
yes,
a 20.
It is. Yeah.
So that's 1 and a complication. So he can drop his bat'leth if you want.
I'll see how I do. I roll now.
Yes, actually. So we resolve the check and then we factor in the complication at the as a result of it.
I want to buy another threat. I want to buy another dice. with another
Okay.
threat.
Back up.
We need you in double figures, Sam.
That's
It's weird not
I
having you in double
appreciate
figures.
it, especially this episode.
Yeah. Here we go.
I don't.
Can I? So can I do daring? And
Yes.
security.
Yes.
Because I like to think he fired, it's still coming, and Harvey went, oh, sod it, and he went more aggressive to try and get through to get to the turbo lift, so he wants to try and do it that way.
Yep.
Here we go.
Harvey's about to turn into
2.
Death from the Puss in Boots movie.
2 successes. So roll your unarmed damage.
Yeah, it is just unarmed, which is just 1.
It's
right?
1. It's literally just 1. Plus your security and challenge dice.
Oh, look at that!
With an effect. So 3 with an effect does knock him to the ground.
I
So
like
you
to.
probably have a bit of an opportunity here to just get in the turbo lift.
So could I do the whole thing where he kind of like, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do the classic 2-hand hit, like the dodge and then the on the back. And then as he stumbles, run into the turbo lift and go.
Yeah, perfect. I love that so much.
Oh, I'm so proud of Harvey. He listened. When my training, he
Yeah.
listened.
Yep. Heart beating like there's no tomorrow. He's friggin' terrified that he's in the turbo lift.
And it's heading towards the engineering levels. Okay, Burrell. It's that time again. So my Vorcha class attack wing. God, if I can find it. Where did it go? Oh, I've lost the bloody thing. There we go. You know, you minimize things in Roll20 and then you just can't see them.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so this crew task roll is going to be 3. I'm going to spend 1 threat to roll 3 dice, so that brings our threat down to 9. And then the ship task roll is going to be 4 because that bird of prey got hit, got impacted. Any 20s in there?
You have 120 on the second.
Oh.
Fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes against a difficulty of 2 for those things. And we're going to go with the disruptor cannons this time. So,
Oh, okay. Let's see how it
The
is.
gloves are off.
5. Yeah. Yeah. 5 plus 1.
Oh, it's happening again.
It is. I'm waiting for the 6. Samantha 6.
Did I-
5 6 is.
Did I curse this starbase?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Maybe.
all right.
Doc.
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
so sorry. Maybe.
No, what happened, Doc, is you came into a game GM'd by Sam.
Yeah.
We're all cursed. I mean, look at that. We're all
Oh,
cursed.
What's the station thing? 12.
Well,
It's really fun being here.
All right. So take 5 off the shields,
okay.
and the station structure is going to be hit once.
Any breaches?
So that's a breach. One breach.
That's a breach. Got it.
One breach on the structure. So it's like a 4 on the shake scale.
Come on, Doc. You got to shake with us. It's like.
And you can feel that in ops. In fact, if I remember rightly, hitting the structure means that a random PC gets hurt.
what?
Oh, do
No,
they go
that's a
flying over the
lie.
console?
You just
No,
made that up.
I will show you as players. Starship combat breaches. Breach effects. Structure. Impact. Roll 1 challenge dice. If an effect is rolled, then a random main or supporting character on the ship suffers a lethal injury, which
Roll the
can be
challenge.
avoided as normal.
It was great being here. Something falls on Pasha.
Oh, you.
It was coming. I felt it. Did you feel it? You felt
I
it, right?
felt
It was
it.
right
I
there,
felt it.
dangling.
Yeah. Look
Okay.
at the joy in her face. Look at the joy.
Okay, I need to roll a d3. Hang on, where's the actual little chat thing? Okay.
I'm not in ops, by the way. Just a heads up.
No, you don't have to be. Just you're on the station.
Fuck.
It's just
Tom-
the station.
Number 1. You're number
Right.
1 in the turbo lift.
Okay.
Pasha, number 2.
Yeah.
You're in ops, having been knocked down by a
On
Klingon.
the floor.
You're on the floor now. Something's gonna collapse onto you.
Yep. Mhm.
3, Burrell. Because this is how Starfleet consoles are wired, the consoles are going to explode and you're going to
Yeah.
dive
They
onto
really
the
need
floor.
a safety mechanism for those. don't they?
Tom,
Ah.
the turbo lift goes crunch, the lights go out. Do you want to avoid this injury? It'll give me 2 threat.
Is this is like a lethal?
It's a
injury,
lethal injury. If you
I'm
don't
gonna
get
give you
healed at the
2
end of the
threats.
scene, you die.
Right? Fuck yeah! I'm gonna give you 2
Nah.
threats.
I'll just
I
die.
ain't dying in a goddamn turbo.
Wah, wah. Oh no.
What main
Okay.
character dies in a turbo lift in Star Trek?
It's
So
funny
the turbo lift almost implodes. Sparks fly for a second. It crunches in on itself, but there's like a tiny little gap of an exit. But the turbo lift itself is stationary in the shaft.
Looks like I'm climbing a shaft.
Yeah, won't be the first time for old Lieutenant Harvey.
Come up 1 or 2 shafts before.
Stop it.
All right, that was
What kind of show is
literally what happened. Okay, Burrell, it's now
Yes.
your turn to decide in the space combat what the station does. There is a
yeah, we're
bunch
just-
of different things, like if you wanted to try and recover some shields, you can. If you wanted to try and get a damaged crew to repair the breach, you can.
I don't think we're at that stage just yet. And it's pretty pointless trying to patch up holes that will just get made again anyway because we have a full complement attacking us. So we're just going to keep returning fire with those phasers. Tom, if you would do the honors.
What would you like to use? Do you want to target single, or do you want to go wide again? Do you want to cut the head off the snake?
Well,
Or do you
because
wanna-
I've simplified this, where you're just attacking the whole
Yeah.
like attack wing.
Do you want to use your phaser banks this time?
Yeah.
Phaser
let's
banks.
do it.
please. Rock and roll.
Okay. What do you want to roll any more dice than just the 2? The
Yeah, slap
two.
a die on there,
The
at
2 for the Oh, so Burrell, you're the one actually leading the task. You're the one rolling the control and security. So you
Oh god, yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, sorry, I remember now. So you as the crew, you've got to do the thing, and then the starbase
Yep.
assists.
I assist, right?
So you assist. The Starbase assists just with one die.
Yep, got
Susie, there's an assist there. Susie, did you want to roll more than one
Yeah,
dice?
I'll roll
Sorry, two
3.
dice. Hang on. Okay, so an extra one.
Yep.
Puts up to
Let's
12.
give you a little bit more.
Right.
Alright, I'm gonna press the button. Oh! So 2 successes.
Oh, so we keep forgetting. There was a complication
Oh yes, there
in
was.
that last attack run from the Klingons. Do you guys have an idea of what you would like to do? I think the simplest thing mechanically is that another of the ships doesn't assist this like next round.
Sure. Yeah.
So you've
I'm
like
down for that.
scrambled some targeting parameters or something. We can make up some
Well, I've
science.
got them out of formation or something.
Yeah, like they did an
Yeah.
attack run and they have to turn round or something for the whole.
Exactly.
Got distracted.
Yeah. Hokey cokey then. Susie, that is 2 successes on a difficulty 2 run. Nice. Tom, roll us that damage.
Okay. Here we go.
Big numbers.
A lot of big.
That looks like way too many.
That's the 13 from the phaser banks. That's what you told me to do it.
Then it's fine, I guess. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Again.
20, it's fine. Yeah.
All right, so it's exactly the same situation as last time. This first bird of prey now is damaged. Let me just find my NPC. I've got like a million tiny windows open in Roll20. It is damaged. Difficulty by all its tasks. Increased difficulty of its tasks. Okay, cool. That's fine. Okie dokie. So, due to that complication, effectively, 2 of the birds of prey aren't going to be able to assist in that next attack run. So you
Nice.
are
Nice.
good. Pasha, with managing to, dust yourself off a little bit, get yourself. There are Federation security officers, just a couple, with the Lieutenant Commander Develli, just like trying to contain the few Klingons that are. They've only got a small breaching area as well, so they're like
Sure. It's like a bottleneck, right?
Yeah. So they're gunning down via phaser the Klingons that are coming through, but just about. But
Is there a way I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
spend my turn to
Yeah.
assist them? Like, I'd like to use command if I can.
yeah, absolutely.
Just to be like, don't all fire at once. Like, take turns, and don't, like, you know what I mean? Like, rotate while somebody like reloads their charge or whatever, and
Yeah.
so it's just more efficient.
Yeah. Oh, I love that
Yeah.
so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, cool. Let me get my Klingon veteran up here as well. So you're using, I'm guessing, presence and command.
I would like to.
Well, I'll tell you what,
that's
I'm going to
working.
oppose that with their presence and command as well. It's probably not going to be as good as yours, if I'm honest.
And it's more tactics than it is fighting, right? It's like that's the presence and command part of it.
Yeah.
Is that it's like here's the best way to do this.
But I've just seen their value, and I really want to say it. So I'm going to invoke it.
Do it.
I'm going to spend 3 threat
Okay.
to effectively have them spend a point of determination. Just the one.
All right.
As they come through the doors, the little breach in the door, shouting, "Today is a good day to die." A peculiar phrase for any kind
Yeah,
of
that is
species.
strange. Like he processes that for a second, and then they say, "Lucky you."
And so this is going to have been 2 more successes on top of whatever I roll here. So here we go. So it's 3 successes total.
Okay. All right. I'm using the focus. When Pasha gives the orders to the guards at the door,
Yeah.
he is being ruder than you've heard him be, because I'm invoking one of his values,
Yeah.
which is efficiency before friendship. And
Beautiful. I
he
love
just
that.
says, "No, like this," and
Yeah.
yells at them.
Brilliant.
And then I'm going to use the focus of, oh gosh, I don't know. I don't think any focuses would apply here.
No? Okay, so just mark your
Unless
focus
it's hostage
used.
negotiation, which I don't
No,
think it is.
it's not really. So
No.
just use your focus used as a no, then.
Okay.
And then, did you all want to roll? So using your determination there via your value,
Yeah.
essentially, if you imagine it, has given you another d20 that has rolled a 1. So that is guaranteed to roll you 2 successes. Do you want to roll a 4th die?
How do I do that?
So you would give me 2 more threat,
Okay.
and then you'd roll on your little task roll indicator here on your sheet. You'd roll 3 dice, and then you'd add your 2 successes.
So just to be
on top
clear,
of that.
with that automatic 1,
Yeah,
how many more successes do I need? Just 1?
just 1.
Just 1. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I don't want them to get threat back.
Cool. Yeah, no
So,
worries. Just roll the 2 d20s that you got. Task roll 2.
2 d20s. Here we go. It's a 1 and a 1.
That is 4 successes, which gives you 1 point of momentum back, because it's 1 more than you needed. And the
Sweet.
Klingons are kept at bay, Burrell. So Pasha is coordinating the security team along with Lieutenant Commander Develi, and they are making great work of keeping that bottleneck together, even though there's another breach in the kind of other edge of the door now that is being worked on by the Klingon assault force on the other side of the door. The Admiral's starting to get quite not panicky yet, but like quite nervous now about what's happening. The shield's already about 75%. She looks at you and she says, "I don't know if we can last this. Do you think we should just evacuate?"
Burrell is she's clearly like juggling a million plates and trying to think. Either we evacuate or we cut off the head of the snake.
What are you suggesting?
I can take a very small team, head down to General Kargan, capture him, get him to call off the attack.
There are captains, several captains on those ships. They won't stop even if the general is taken out.
Ultimately, it's your decision, Admiral. But the Klingon in me doesn't want to give up yet.
I trust it. Do it.
All right. So we're going full on, like, I'll give you whatever threat you need for this, like, to get the phase rifle. We're talking that one episode of Voyager where Janeway's on her own.
They just
She's in the
crank
tank
over the phaser
top.
rifles.
She's got the phase rifle. She's, like, going around. She's, like, shooting bugs and stuff. That's going to be me. But not bugs, Klingons.
Yeah.
My own people.
Do you want to take the mediator with you? Might be a good
The mediator-
diplomatic aid, you know.
Pasha says, "I'm coming with you,
There we go.
just in case someone gets hurt." And then he turns to like the lieutenant who was helping at the door, and it's just like they're holding the door closed. He goes, "It was really nice to meet you. I'm sorry if I stepped on any toes. You're doing a great job."
Thank you. She is remarkably efficient too. And you see that in how she's worked, but
Connection.
also how she responds to you as well. Just with a curt nod. Yes, thank you.
As a little bit of flavor passion, once Burrell is in like full on commando get up, she's in a little she's done that whole like they take the jacket off of the uniform because that's the big like target.
and either like they've got the vest or they've got the t-shirt situation, the blues, the blue underneath, undershirt.
You'll see Pasha that her arms and like her neck and stuff, she's covered in scars. Like really meaty, chunky scars.
Akaru eyebrows go up a little.
She's got phaser, mek'leth, phaser rifle, like she's like
Yeah.
armed to the teeth. She's got her
And
death
Pasha-
tag somewhere.
Pasha pulls out the disruptor pistol they've never used.
This is gonna be great.
I love that so much.
Which end is the one with this end? Like this?
She's just gonna turn it round in his hand. That way. Don't point it at me ever.
Can I get one of those scanny things that you guys use for people who are hurt?
I'll give you a little.
Yeah.
We've got like little portable med kits, right?
Yes,
He's
absolutely.
He's got like
You get given like
he's got a first aid kit.
Yeah, you get given like a Starfleet med kit, which is like a hard outer like suitcase situation. They're always made out of like
Yes.
metal or plastic or something.
Clonk, clonk, clonk.
Literally, you could like bash a Klingon on the way past. Literally, probably.
He's definitely gonna do that.
Yeah. Okay. So Commander Develli gets you. You know, you're approaching that like main door, and it's kind of at this point really the only point of like ingress or egress. So you're just like, I'm getting all the technical terms out, guys. You're to the commander. This is just like you need to cut us a break. You need to get us a moment to like leave and get through. So they coordinate and they manage to get you a moment where you can just nip out, and with a just couple of security officers that you still have in ops, you are rushing up the way to wherever you can find General Kargan down in the lower levels. Because you knew where he was. You figured that out earlier.
Yeah.
Rushing down to the lower levels. Little tactical squad with you in hand, ready to go.
Strike team.
Can we, through the magic of television, bump into Harvey?
Absolutely.
Unless Tom's like determined to like not.
Yeah.
Can we come to a door
Quite happy.
that opens and we're all pointing guns at each other, but it's
And
Harvey?
he's
We
just
go,
climbing up through a turbo lift. Like, oh.
You come to a turbo lift like lobby. There's like 4 like little ones in a row, and the doors to the one of them is absolutely fucked basically, and you can just see. I think you recognize Burrell, like Harvey's little arm and like ripped sleeve as he's trying to pull through the door, like trying to get onto somewhere.
Oh, come on. This is... I swear.
I do the like. I'll push the doors open,
Yeah.
and
Looks
then
up.
flowing light from behind offers her hand down to Harvey.
Oh, thanks, Chief.
And then
Oh,
Pasha
even
sticks
that.
their head in and says,
Oh.
"Hey, Lieutenant
hi.
Harvey. I've heard great things about you.
Oh.
I'm Pasha."
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Lovely. Chief, I was just heading to engineering to help out with the shield array and fix things. And how's the battle going?
It could be better. Honestly, Harvey, as much as I've said several times, you're my best engineer, and the emergency teams would be, grateful to have you down there. I need you to help me.
Okay, what do you need?
We're going to get General Kargan. I no
Okay.
doubt.
And by get, she means like capture.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
No doubt. If KDF have any brains about them, which I know they do, they will have barricaded certain doors, locked off certain exits, the usual, try to fortify that position. So I need you to help me get in there.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I've been rolling through this entire station since I got here. I know the Jeffries tube's like the back of my hand. Yeah.
All right. How's your aim with the phaser?
I managed to incapacitate a Klingon.
She gives you a
I
big
did the
slap
old.
on the, like,
I did
pat on the back.
I did the old, like you showed me.
Good job.
I
All
think
right.
while this is happening, can Pasha like use that medical kit to like patch up the 70% of damage that he's taken of his total stress at all?
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah, I mean, you
he's actually
can
probably
actually,
got
I
slight blood
think.
trickling down.
Oh, I'm talking
by
about
there,
him too. Like
that.
both of us have been hurt really
Yeah.
bad. But
Oh,
yeah, he would be
yes.
like looking Harvey over first, and like,
Yeah.
but also Pasha's also hurt.
Absolutely.
So you'd probably see that Harvey's probably on his forearm because he always has his sleeves rolled up because he's an engineer. You'll probably see when the explosion happened, he raised his hands like that and burnt the forearm. So that's where, and he's probably got like maybe like a cut on the back of his head that's slight bleeding.
Sam.
Yeah.
Is there a way that I can use presence with medicine here?
Yes.
I'm trying to do like a reassuring presence type of thing. Like, we got this. It's okay.
Yeah, I love your kind of holistic approach that we talked about to your like medical approach. So yeah, so if you roll presence and medicine for me with a difficulty of 2.
All right. And I still don't think there's a focus here, but we'll do difficulty 2.
So you've got, I'm so sorry, chat, I keep forgetting to actually update the little numbers on momentum and threat for you guys, but we have them here. So you've got 1 momentum in the pool there, which at this point I don't remember if I actually is there or not, but it's fine. You have it. Would you like to roll a third die?
If I success on this, no, because if I succeed on this, I'm gonna spend that momentum to do something else.
Okay, cool. No problem.
Yeah. So with 2, here's the roll.
Difficulty 2. So give us
difficulty
2 successes
2,
at least.
presence, medicine.
Difficulty
1
1
success.
means that you don't manage to you kind of superficial the patching work. You've never used a dermal regenerator before, but it's
that's basically it.
Yeah,
I don't know what this thing does, but
Yeah, you're just waving it.
you're regenerating some skin, and that's just a marvel.
Well, that's what they do. And since they didn't succeed, can I spend the momentum to roll another one now, or is it too late?
No,
Okay.
that's it.
Right, we'll just sit on that momentum then, because I can't do my reassuring trait unless I succeed. So,
As he sat down and you're going kind of looking at things, he goes, so how do you know me?
Just your background report. I did a lot of research on the 2 weeks that it took to get here. I talked to a really nice lady, Jan, in Starfleet Command. I don't know,
Right.
But I had to call a lot of people. But is it true that you saved an entire race of sleeping aliens by rerouting some sort of power thing?
He looks at the chief to see if that's
That's what Jan
classified.
said. I don't know if she got it right or.
And
I mean-
Burrell just kind of like, she's like,
Yeah.
constantly tactful, and she just looks over her shoulder and she's like,
Better than
Right
that. Better than that. I think between shots, Burrell is like,
Yeah.
what do you want from me?
I just reactivated the power so they wouldn't shut
Whoa,
down.
whoa. We don't sell ourselves short. That's great. Good for you. I mean, it sounds like you're doing a terrific job. Good job. And he like helps him up. Sorry, I couldn't heal you.
No, thank you.
Let's get moving.
Yeah, okay. Not his favor. Right, chief, you lead the way.
all right. As I'm gonna speed this along a little bit, as we've probably got another, I'd say, 20 minutes of play left. This has brought us to General Kargan. I want to get to that moment. So it's touch and go. You guys have to get, you cut across decks via Jeffrey's tubes. So Pasha, you're crawling through little crawl spaces in between like decks and corridors and stuff. And this is clearly the most obsolete thing that could exist, but Starfleet for some reason just loves its Jeffrey's tubes. So the Akaru just do not have these on their frigates. Like, they just don't. It is so bizarre. But you have to crawl through these crawl spaces. You manage to worm your way from engineering, and it's remarkable, Burrell, but you managed to get down to the Klingon training levels, down near almost the very bottom of the station itself. Let's bring in some... I don't want nest chamber. I want... yeah, let's do that one. This new music comes in. And through the corridors that you actually emerge out into is eerily quiet. Slowly, as you round closer via your scans, via your tricorder, to General Kargan's location, there's been like a little command center has been established, but it's not really being that effectively guarded because the Klingons believe that they're making good headway in the upper levels. So heading through that little door, looking left and right. You've got the light attachment on the end of the phaser rifle, and you're not seeing any other Klingons just now. As you make your way to the central room, you can hear General Kargan speaking orders, giving some instructions to the kind of, like squads upstairs, basically, as well as liaising with the captains of the ships. There's a number 6 shake here, gang, as the station gets hit by yet another round of attack patterns from the Klingon ships.
Is there a way to know how many others are in this room with Kargan?
So you can hear a couple of other voices, basically, just to help coordinate.
Does the tricorder not tell you how many life signs there are?
Yeah, there are 3 additional life signs.
Oh, okay.
Here.
How'd you know that? He says. Huh? You just said, okay. Right, that's neat.
Just going to narrate our way through this a little bit as you emerge. Or how do you want to emerge into that room?
Oh man.
And just super quick, take the 2 kind of Klingons out, and you've got Kargan.
Yeah, that kind of I want to imagine Burrell and Harv on either side of the door, right? And then the doors open. We go in, take out the 2 chumps, and then there's Kargan.
You're very confident in Harvey's security ability.
If he doesn't do it, I'll kill him.
It's better than Pasha.
Okay. I'll do it.
General Kargan. So you're pointing weapons at Kargan very calmly. And he's quite broad. He's got that, Klingon captain's cloak situation going on that he tends to wear. And there's medals on the side of his chest and all sorts of stuff. And he calmly looks up from the console, puts down another little communication device that he had in his hand. Bro, I take it by your weapon aimed at me that you have not come to reclaim your honor.
And she has it sort of at him, but lower. It's not aimed at, as a kill shot. No, General, I am protecting my honor by protecting the station and my home, my friends, my colleagues.
You can protect this station just as well under the Empire. May I remind you your original commission?
And she takes a step forward. You and I both know that this station has no tactical value. This is all posturing. This is nonsense. This is unnecessary bloodshed. This is not honorable.
This station is the gateway to the Expanse. A whole new front of the Empire. They will write our names in the history books.
They won't.
Songs.
They're not going to write songs about a general who shed blood on the other side of the galaxy when the Empire was limping back from Cardassia. When the Empire needed your strength the most, you were here fighting a petty battle.
No battle is petty. Batak.
Oh! Burrell does not like being called up for tag. She takes the sling for the phaser rifle. She puts it down. She takes off her Starfleet comm badge. She puts that down on his table. General, if you will not surrender, as I stand before you as a Starfleet officer, then I'll have to stand before you as a Klingon. And then she pulls her mek'leth.
He disrobes from his cloak, pulls out his Daktag dagger, and then you there's another like rumble from the station. I'm gonna use 3 threat here. And there's a station-wide alert, but it's the computer's voice, so it's an automated alert. Shields are down. Commence evacuation procedures.
Yeah, Burrell's just gonna kind of like look over her shoulder and like give Harvey the nod to like cough and do what he can. Unless you want to be my second, Tom.
Harvey is kind of looking at all the consoles in this thing, and he's kind of want to just go to it and see what damage he can do, because this is where command and control for the Klingon fleet is. So he's going to go into this.
Ish. Like it's not the it's not going to really be the central command point, but it's General Kargan's interface to the battle, into what's happening.
Is there any way that I can use the computer to turn the battle more to our side using this,
I mean, the issue is that you have Kargan there.
Yeah, I know, but he's going to be somewhat busy in a few moments.
Burrell there.
Yeah. Basically, I just want to go on the console and, I don't know, or issue a command using General Kargan's orders to target target this area of the station, which is non-important. Basically just to try and make sure that, the delay or something like that.
Yes, if Burrell can cover you, essentially. Do you want to do this while Burrell is fighting?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. He's gonna wait till the fight, and then he's just gonna go to this console over here while they're fighting and see what I can do.
Okay.
Pasha is going to go and like stand, trying to like block his vision of what Harvey's doing.
Yeah.
Just like and cool.
Okay, yeah, you can assist with that for sure. Okay.
Okay.
Burrell.
Mm-hmm.
How does this kick off then?
Okay. Oh god, I'm getting like it's like make car wobbles all over again. Why do I 1v1 these powerful
I love it.
dudes?
You love it. Let's do it.
Because it's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm stupid, that's why. Okay, so she's pulled a mechlith, and now they're doing that sort of like circling each other.
Yeah.
Like, they're getting into the low fighting posture. And then, it inevitably breaks one of them, takes a swipe.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, she's gonna test his guard.
Okay.
With her.
So if you can roll me, please, daring and security. Right, how many dice do you want to roll? Because it's the difficulty that I will have to beat.
Okay. I have a feeling that General Kargan is mean and quite good at fighting. He's quite a big boy. I'll roll 4 dice. I'll use that momentum we've got, and then give you a die.
Okay.
I give you a thingamajig.
A threat.
A threat. That's the word.
So you're rolling 4, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Does my dagger fighting focus come? Because he pulled his dagger, so I know I'm very familiar. Yes, thank God. All right. 2 and a complication.
All right. You will be disarmed after this little bout. Okay. 2 successes. Okay. I'm going to spend 1 threat to roll an additional die. And I can re-roll that complication because I spent threat. No fucking
way.
It was fated.
Okay, so there is 1 success, 2 successes. Burrell, you roll damage.
Okay. Mechlith, where you at?
Is it vicious?
Yeah.
Okay. He is that would be an injury. What stress are we on? Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Resistance 1 is 6, so we're down from that to maths. That. Okay. I'm going to spend 2 threat to avoid that injury. And your Mek'leth ends up in General Kargan, but what complication do you want to give him?
In his head, maybe he like blocks it with his arm.
Yeah, no,
and
it's like
so,
it's in his bicep. He's like crunched
Which
it
already
like that.
seems like a complication.
Yeah, that would be it if it's anything, you know, like one of his arms is
so
buggered.
it's gonna be harder for him to fight from now on with that. Okay, cool. Yeah. Harvey, assisted by Pasha. So, Doc, you can roll 1d20 to assist Harvey with this. Okay. So if you want to use presence, I guess, and security as you're kind of like trying to help him get to the position and like avoid notice, and then Harvey, this is definitely going to be like engineering and daring.
Daring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's mine.
So
this is going to be difficulty. This is going to be difficulty 2.
So I had an idea that I feel like there's very little in the way that I can do towards restoring shields from here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
However, what I figured that I might be able to do is kind of like use transfer energy to force fields in certain corridors. So I can scan where Klingon parties are and just go block them off from certain areas. So I want to do that to assist the station as overall, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
So yeah, roll me. Do you want to roll any extra die? Nice.
No, I'll stick with just 2.
Cool. Yeah, it's difficulty 2.
Here we go.
Just so
3.
Very nice. 4 successes in total gives you 2 momentum, and you manage to set up some of those like force fields and stuff like that. As you're at this console, it's clearly a Klingon console.
Yes.
But a little transmission flickers up on one of the like images on the console on the right hand side to where you're punching in those commands and you're trying to get those force fields up. And it reads out in Klingon. And you're not very fluent in Klingon. You might recognize some figures, some characters from the actual lettering and stuff maybe, but you're not quite sure exactly what it says. But then it kind of fritzes and it flicks and it starts to spell out, like the letters actually flip to the universal translatory English, whatever, to Lexington. And there's a little like on the console. With a transmission. It's a communication, yeah.
I'm going to tap that to see what it says. Cool.
And on the other end, you hear this. Harvey? Harvey, it's Natalie.
Go ahead, yeah?
Harvey, Borella's with you, right?
Yeah. She's a little busy at the moment.
Yeah, just like... I read the Akaru mediator signature with you, right?
Yeah.
Hi there. Hi.
Right there. Yeah.
Harvey, this is very important, and I need you to act now.
Okay.
This station's done for, but this mission, the Tilakal mission they've been working towards, is bigger than this station. I need you to lock onto these coordinates. I need you to transport over now.
But what about the chief?
The chief's coming too. Lock onto her signature and beam you two over.
What rank is Natalie? She's higher than me.
She hasn't told you her rank. She's lieutenant.
Fuck, no.
I think.
Oh yes, of course. It's Natalie. It's yeah, of course. Okay.
Yeah, you went on that. You went on that little mission with her, right?
Yes. Yeah.
The intel mission.
She's like, Okay. and I'm gonna get a lock on all three of us.
Pasha tries to interrupt a little bit, like, "Who is this?"
It's complicated. I'm sure there'll be introductions later.
Are we sure
Don't
they're
worry
not
about it.
working with the Klingons? I mean, to take the three of us out of here at this moment.
I can hear you. Harvey.
Yeah, hi. No, sorry, just making sure.
Harvey, this is a
I just want to make
direct
sure you're
order.
not.
Okay, I'm getting a lock now, and I'm gonna try and get a lock
Okay.
on all three of us to where the location is.
Yeah. So you
kill you.
you focus like a tight beam
Yeah.
thing onto the location that like literally coordinates that she has given you.
Mm-hmm.
From what you can see from the teleporters you managed to patch through from this console, she's beaming you directly out into space. Just space.
I want to. Nad, are you absolutely sure these are the right coordinates?
I am 100% positive these are the actual coordinates. Harvey, if you guys blow up on that station, we don't have a lead anymore.
Is there something I can roll to see?
I need that thing inside Burrell's head, and we need it now. Let's go.
Oh, she's gonna kill me. And I press the button to energize.
I didn't have my sound effect ready. Shit. Pasha.
Uh-huh.
It's a really weird sensation.
It's a weird day. Oh yeah.
It's a really odd sensation.
Yeah, he's never teleported
and
before.
you haven't even heard of this yet. The Federation haven't shared this information with you. And this kind of swirly light, you start seeing stars, like swirly lights and stuff like that. The scene in front of you starts to fade and disappear until the three of you are on a runabout.
And Pasha's screaming.
Burrell, you're bleeding.
Yeah, I think Burrell was on her way to be like punching General Kargan in the face when she beamed. So her punch is kind of like frozen in midair, and Kargan would have seen like this look of like confusion, anger, like everything just flash across her face as she just disappears before she can connect to his chin. However, landing on the runabout, she's in full like bloodlust mode. She's in full like, I am angry, I'm aggressive, I'm like full on Klingon right now. So she's looking around for what happened, whoever is like could have done this.
At the helm chair, she turns the chair and you see in the swiveling chair Natalie Sigmund, the Starfleet intelligence officer that you worked with Eka.
Burrell's just gonna charge forward and like grab her by the front of like whatever she's wearing.
And you feel a Type 2 phaser like poking you in the ribs from below. And she just looks at you and she says, "Stand down, Chief."
The station is going to fall. I had it.
The station's already fallen, Chief. It fell about halfway to General Kargan.
And she like pushes her back.
And she taps a few commands on the console. We're out of here.
Why?
Because the Tilakal situation is bigger than the Federation. It's bigger than the Klingons. But the Romulans are certainly trying to make it as big for them as possible. So for the security of both our homes, I'm asking you to work with me once more. Because we need to get to the bottom of this and we need to finish this. And we need to make sure that the Romulans don't get their hands on whatever's out there.
And Burrell, she leans against one of the walls. I guess I don't have much choice. I'm here.
Thank you. She looks at you, Pasha, and she says, "Hi, I'm Natalie."
Hi, thanks for not beaming us into space. I'm Pasha. You seem acquainted, so this feels less like kidnapping than it did a few moments ago. But I think for the time being, I'm just gonna work on making sure that these two are not dying, and then maybe we could have a little bit more explanation.
Of course, yeah.
Great. He gets the med kit out again, just tries tending to Harvey, to himself, too. Pasha's pretty banged up. And I don't know if Burrell took any damage during that fight. I don't think she did.
No.
Did she?
Not mechanically,
So,
but
I think-
narratively, I think she's got like a split lip, bit of
Sure,
blood
sure,
out
sure.
of her nose, you know.
I think Pasha looks her over and says, with your permission, can I...
She just sort of waves him off. I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like you are. Okay. And he turns and focuses on Harvey.
Oh, we're so passive aggressive. God damn.
That's, I mean, he's like, for me, maybe it's just my generational trauma, but like, that's the intersection between efficiency and diplomacy is passive aggression.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I love it. It was just, it was
All right,
beautiful.
great. Yep, well, we're moving on then. Okay.
So, Nat, where we heading?
I didn't prep that. Hang on.
I mean, you could end it there.
No,
with
but
that
I
question.
do. No, but I do know exactly where we're going.
Oh, okay.
Saying that, I don't think it'll actually mean anything to any of you, and no one will really care. She tells you that you are heading to a specific system, and it rings a bell, Harvey, but only because you've just been reminded of that fact. She is taking you to the system where the USS Lexington was destroyed.
Oh. Right. Interesting.
Yeah, why doesn't it say what system it is?
I can't remember what system that we said it was in.
Well,
I might
I
have
mean,
had it written down.
it will be in like the book or whatnot, but
Yeah.
I can't find it right this second.
Wasn't it the system we were banned from?
For the sake of like fun and our story, absolutely. I think then let's say
Yeah.
that she says that we're heading to the backers system.
Oh, good. A banned system. Okay. And what are we going to do there?
Well, we're going to need a ship, Harvey, if we're going to get to the bottom of this. And the Cassia isn't really capable of such a long
Do you have a
excursion.
ship waiting there?
Well, I'm hoping you can work your magic, and I know she's probably a bit of a rust bucket by now, but hopefully we can get the Lexington back on its feet.
Yeah. Sure. I can do that.
And who cares a fuck how big space is? For dramatic effect, I think like you drop into the backers system, and with the scanners manage to locate, on the moon or something of it. There's like this crumpled Constitution class vessel,
Fucking
the
hell.
USS
Four of us.
Lexington.
The four of us are going to crew this Constitution class. Let's go. Oh,
Oh,
no.
dear. It's gonna be great fun. You'll have a lovely time. Got to get the fucking thing repaired first.
I know.
Just Harvey on its own, just repairing an entire starship.
Constitution class.
Hey, they built them different back then. They're small, but they packed them tight. So
They did.
it's not going to be a big ship.
Oh my god. Okay, sure. Yeah, I can do that. I've always wanted to work on a Constitution class starship. Yeah.
And I think for all of those shenanigans, I should just spend all of my threat for having abducted you and
Yes.
and brought you randomly to.
Mid glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, Burrell has absolutely no honor left at all in terms of Klingon society now. That's gone. Obliterated.
They're dead to me.
Evaporated. No. That will be the Klingons to Burrell.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She joined the other side. She left mid-fight.
Unwillingly.
Yeah, but they don't want to spin it that way. It's Klingons.
I mean, the Klingons did kind of like sneakily kind of.
It's different when they do it, Tom.
It is true.
Yeah.
That's true.
They
It is
don't
different
count.
when they do it.
Fact. It's different when they do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Blooming hypocrites.
Yeah, there's nothing that we've learned from the various different series in the franchise is that the Klingons are not consistent
Yeah, they're total hypocrites.
and don't play by their own rules
Yeah.
when the story warrants it, I guess.
Yeah.
We
all right.
declare and we're out and proud about our decisions to attack people, except for when we use cloaked ships and do stealth
Yeah.
runs all the time.
Yeah.
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 Always a loophole.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was the Chimes at Midnight, folks. Thank you for being on the crazy train for a little while.
Pasha leans over to Harvey and says, all my stuff is on the space station. Do you think that,
Oh, yeah.
like, everything I own?
I mean, I don't think the Klingons would be interested in it. I think
Okay,
you'll
but do you
be
think the
fine.
space station is gonna, do you think they'll just throw it out?
I mean, I think they'll just
Post-credit scene.
Yeah.
They get to
Didn't know.
throw it out.
I've got.
Good lord.
I have to fix an entire starship, so I'm
Yeah,
kind
that sounds, I mean, I have a little engineering
Oh,
knowledge and
brilliant!
science, but
every
not much.
I mean, you've never seen really technology like this before, but I mean, we'll go with it. We'll go with it.
No, I'm a
We
fast
can just
learner.
replicate you some new... yeah, Natalie sounds right. We can just replicate you some new stuff.
I think Pasha and Harvey are friends now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Through
This was
trauma.
both in over their heads.
It's a fact.
I am the screaming cat.
Mhm.
The screaming possum. Oh, the cat. Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh my god. All right, friends. Well, that was the Chimes at Midnight. We need to start sign off. We need to get to little buddy buys over here in the UK. All right, lovelies. Well, let's go around. Let us know where you're on the internet, what you're up to as well, where we can catch you if you're up to other streams, other things. Tom, you on? Are you up to very much?
Not yet.
Not
I
yet.
am
How very
doing
cryptic of you.
something,
Ooh.
but it's not going to be for a while yet.
Okay.
But there is something in the works. But apart from that, I will be here Tuesdays and on Follow Black Cats Thursdays for our lovely Dragon Heist D&D game.
Dragonized. Yeah.
We're robbing a mausoleum. Well, we're not robbing. Well, we kind of robbing a mausoleum. We're kind of.
We're not, and
replacing
that's the
bones with
problem.
other bones.
What are you, a
know.
museum?
Yeah. They belong in a museum or a mad old woman who promised they'll res someone for us if we did this.
Nothing shady about that.
Nothing shady about
No,
that at all.
no, sorry.
Trading favors for necromancy.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
Nothing.
But that's it for me. I don't think I'm doing anything else.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Doc, where are you? What are you up to?
I'm all around the internet at Doc Rimbo. On Threads, I'm Doc Rimbo Rolls. That's just ROLLS. I am here for the next foreseeable Tuesdays. I'm excited about that. And until the end of this here campaign. And then on Thursdays, I'm over at Lost Caravan RPG. We are doing a 3-part Blades in the Dark mini thing that is based on the movie The Warriors, and where we all have to run to survive through a bunch of other gangs. And that's just going to be 3 parts because on February 1st, which is the first Thursday of the month, we are starting season 3 of our Delta Green Impossible Landscapes campaign that I GM, and it is surreal horror based around the King in Yellow and the melting of reality as you knew it. And so it's pretty wild. And so season 3 of that starts up next month, and then I have other stuff coming too, which will happen.
Awesome.
Talk about it because I don't know what's happening yet.
Thank you so much. Susie, what are you up to?
Hello. I am usually to be found on my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Susanna Grace, and that's Susanna with one N. And the same goes for all of my social media where you can find me: Twitter, YouTube, Threads, I'm on there, Blue Sky, I'm on there, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, I'm on there, because you have to be in this day and age, otherwise you fall into irrelevancy and die. Like Tom and Samantha, I will be on the Follow Black Cats channel on Thursday, where I play the dashingly handsome, charming, heroic Richard Rhodes, Paladin. Formerly played Roderick Rhodes, but we won't talk about that. And then, yeah, much like Tom and Doc, I do have a mysterious project, but we don't have there's no time for that just yet.
What are the odds that all three of us have a
Man,
mysterious project
I
coming up that we
know,
can't talk
right?
about?
Well, I don't have a mysterious project, so you all know who they don't love.
That's not true.
I know.
Not true in the least.
You can find me around the internet at RPG Webby. I barely post anymore because I've decided to fall into irrelevance and die willingly.
That's nice.
Yeah. Good promo. But if you want to check out Star Trek Adventures, you can do that at Modiphius.net or Modiphius.us, depending on where you are, and if you want US-friendly shipping or not. We'll be back next week with more of this campaign. As I said, we're in the home straight, so it's going to be a few more episodes, and hopefully we can wrap up this Tilakal saga now that I've given them, taken away the station and given them their old new ship. We'll see how that all goes from next week. Until then, folks, take care of yourselves. Live long and prosper, and we'll do the stuff, and then we'll sign off. We'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.